What's up, sports fans? It's your man D back speaking my sports talk. All right, check it out, man. Hey, my man, boxing librarian, hardline boxing talk. Um, he was just having this discussion, you know, about YTBC groups, beefs, and trolls, and so forth. And I thought he said he wasn't going to let anyone on the panel and he wasn't going to be on that long. So I thought I'd pick it back up. So it's part two, basically, of where he left off. Now, what I'm going to do right quick, guys, is I am going to open the panel. So that, because I think a couple of people wanted to come up and speak about it. And y'all can come up here and speak about it. What's up, everybody? I see everybody coming in. Let me drop this link in the chat right quick. Drop the link in the chat. Anybody who want to come up. I think it was a good topic, and it, ain't something we're gonna beat a dead horse about, but it is something that needs to be discussed because things are getting out of hand. Stupid beefs cause channels to break down and partnerships built and such. So it's kind of silly a lot of times when these things happen, but they all stem from somewhere. Timmy Nealon in the building. What's good? Jackal Davis. What's up with you? Martin Machine up in the building. My son in the building. Monte Powell in the building. What's up, son? Toby Baller in the building. What up? IBT, my man IBT, Queen Lisa in the building. Dr. Mario, what's up with you, fam? Been a while. Nice to see you, Dr. Mario. So link in the chat for anybody who want to come chat about this. And so I agree with a ton of the things that Boxing Librarian was saying. Why out of hand promotion? Yeah, bro. I agree with a ton of the things that he was saying. I just got a text message, guys, and it's so funny that Boxing Librarian was talking about this, because as he was talking about this, I just got a text message that El Jefe was going off about me on his channel because I'm cool with Johnny Boy, and that's the thing that Librarian was talking about, man. That's the thing that he's talking about right there. And it's just silly, bro. I mean, does El Jefe have anything to talk about but that? He's running around, he's challenging Librarian, knowing damn well he couldn't beat him in the debate if he tried. I just don't know what's wrong with kids like that. H Money running around challenging everybody and their grandmother, claiming he exposed everyone. He's challenging me, Mark, Ring IQ. I mean, God knows who. Then he goes on Fred Barbershop of all places and gets embarrassed. L-Dog. Hey, man, Boxing Librarian was just calling you out, fam. Well, he got heat. Boxing Librarian got heat for you, L-Dog. Hey, the panel's open. Any of y'all can jump on, man. But, El Jefe is just, yeah, that's right, IBT. El Jefe, you idiot. I don't even know what his channel is. Do anybody knows what his new channel is? I haven't been over there to his channel. I assume that he was doing some of the same silliness, and it appears that he is. I know he was still affiliated with that guy, JFL DSFG, man. And I see little things like that always instigating little debates, and I don't see nothing wrong with instigating a good debate, but it has to be a good debate, right? A good, knowledgeable, sensible debate. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you instigate little petty differences, that's what leads to what people call these YouTube beefs. I don't believe in YouTube beefs, but that's the kind of thing that leads to these so-called YouTube beefs, because it's just little petty differences, and you sitting around, you agitating and instigating the little shit like that, and then those type of things turn serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's just ridiculous. So that's why these trolls get kicked off of channels, like, or they, get timed out all the time. L Dog said, "I respect the. How do I get in touch with him?" Well, I'll let you know, L Dog. But it's real easy. Just go to his channel, because he was going to give you a link and let you come on. He said he want to talk to you, let you explain yourself. So it ain't like that. But DT3, what's up with you, fam?
Shit, not much, bro. Just I got the notification, so I thought I might chime in and shit, give you my 2 cents on shit, man. I kind of feel some type of way about it too, like, and I don't like it either. Like, I'm kind of like, just if people are taking it too far, they taking shit too personal, they making it too personal, and it's not really that personal. It's just YouTube. Ain't nobody really disrespecting nobody. It's not finna be like nobody about to have a all-out brawl or shootout or some other shit. It's just YouTube, man. People just speaking their mind, saying what they feel, and all of a sudden now people don't got a right to do that all of a sudden. So
yeah, I don't know, Dr. Mario. I don't know what's going on with our community, but it's certain people and it's certain channels leading the charge. And this is why, like, I'm not going to sit here and make a bunch of videos, but like I told BL tonight, sometimes we do need to talk about these things amongst channels like myself, Boom, IBT, Intangible that just stepped in, guys that have channels, so that we can cut the bullshit out from our channels. Because again, sometimes it's entertaining to have a good debate or whatever, but doing the nonsense all the time, always running around picking and doing the silly stuff that El Jefe, and it's not just him, but a lot of these guys do, that's nonsensical, and it leads to things bigger, is my problem. It leads these little small issues. It appears like they're trying to instigate certain things. Like El Jefe has tried to instigate me into debating so many people. But as we see going around YouTube, sometimes people can't handle a debate. I just debated and just for fun, I just bodied El Jefe up anyway on BDA last night because he was talking shit. But the other guy, Brotherhood, he's pretty good dude. I mean, I debated him. We had a nice, sensible little debate there. And, and then after the debate, everything was cool. We chopped it up. That's how a sensible debate should go. All of that dumb shit that El Jefe and H Money and DSFG and all these guys, Monty Brown and all these guys running around talking about guys' characters, and you a bitch nigga, and you letting that dude son you, and this your daddy, and all of that. What the hell does that have to do with sports, bro? If we're debating on a sports topic, that's one thing. But if you're challenging a guy's character or saying the guy is copying off of you or trying to be like you, or I mean, just like that has nothing to do with boxing, bro. And instigating like El Jefe and them are doing, instigating these things doesn't lead to anything good. It only leads to more tension and more problems.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. It don't make no sense to keep, dragging certain situations or issues on, and just like I don't even make videos like I used to anymore. Like, and even I could use me and Smoke, because I couldn't stand Get This Smoke. I couldn't stand him. I really didn't like dude. And I didn't know him, but I didn't like dude. I didn't like the narrative, all that stuff. And then, finding out he from the Bay, he from Oakland, and actually talking to him and actually having more of an understanding of who he is and where he's coming from, it's nothing personal, bro. We just talking boxing. His point of view, and I'm just gonna body him on actually being correct, and he got to come right when he debate me, and I respect that. I respect having an actual logical debate with him now, because we both got to bring our A game when we debate now, and I respect that, and I respect Smoke. Shout out, Get This Smoke.
Yeah. I always told people Smoke was a good dude. He just rubbed some people the wrong way, but you gotta understand where he's coming from. Sometimes it's hard to understand where anybody coming from, because we all got our own perspective. But Smoke is not a bad dude. He's always been welcome here, But yeah, Mom, what's up with your fam?
What it do, fam?
Every now and then, bro, I gotta pull these discussions up and just kind of speak on them a little bit. Jacka Davis, Guido, LeBron, Lewis Stay Real TV, Tim Dub, Martin Machine, appreciate y'all coming through. Cool Tech Boxing, what's up? Queen Lisa Bales. But yeah, my same old, just things trying to get out of hand.
Yeah, you already know we touched on this already, though.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we touched on
it. Back listening and stuff. Intangible. What's up, Intangible?
What's up, fam?
Same old. I just wanted to kind of pick up where Dion left off because it was an interesting topic, and this is an open panel, so it could be 6 on there. But people wanted to kind of speak on it. He just wanted to speak his piece. But I just think that a lot of this stuff it can calm down from channels like us, like DT3, Mr. Two Hands, IBFP. If you're a channel, I'm gonna put you on mute for a second. If you're a channel and ain't no disrespecting no one, you can do what you want with your own channel, but you don't have to promote this type of activity. If you're a channel and you're promoting this activity, and that counts for even taking vindication, is what Boom was talking about. It's just like me, bro. I got motherfuckers making videos about me right now. And nobody see me make no video about Monty Brown. But I got dudes like him putting out shit about me right now. It takes 2 to tango. So you don't have to promote this activity. People act like we're in kindergarten here. We are YouTube channels, bro. This is not the kindergarten. He hit me, I gotta hit him back. No, the fuck you don't. It's enough channels out there doing that. My man right here. You want some heat? This is where you can have it at, right here. It's enough channels doing that. Bring that shit to the Boxing Jedi. It's set up for that shit. What's up, Jedi? Let me drop the link for you, dog. You can come up here too and talk about that shit. But like, this is where we can get that type of shit done. You want that kind of heat? You want that loud shit? You want that boisterous shit? You want to bring that fire? Bring it to Jedi. Bring it on. BDA, if you want any debate, you got the Kumite. Bring it there. But you on your channel don't have to promote that shit. See? And so for it to calm down, then the responsible channels like ourselves, we don't have to feed into it and we don't have to promote it. Just like Boom said, he laid off on doing all that, going after people. I don't fucking do it. I went after He Knows the Sports once. And then I was like, I'm not even doing that no more. So,
less is more. Less is more. An old dude told me that. Less is more.
Feedback.
Jedi, turn your sound out in the background. Yeah, what's up?
What's going on, guys? What's going on, fellas?
Because it was too many people coming to my live stream asking me to get at certain YouTubers. Get at this guy, or what do you think about this guy, or this guy's really high.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, he had the feedback on. Go ahead, Bo. Go ahead, my nigga.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
Okay. Just a lot of doing that. I want people to kind of stop instigating shit. You know what I mean? Stop instigating people to get at other channels and stop asking me to get at Counterpunch and other YouTube channels. Like, just ridiculous. It don't make sense. It's like I don't have the internet. You know what I mean? Like at first I was doing it because I thought, they was fraudulent. They was doing certain things I didn't realize that certain people got their place on this YouTube shit. It started to make sense after a while. So.
Yeah. Man.
And then
you break it
up. Another reason why I stopped going at the LDBC is because Wilder lost. It was like what their movement is. It's just like it's nothing. You can say what you want. Don't keep going.
I probably ain't gone at some YouTube or YouTube group since
What's up, Boxing Algarete? Go ahead, Intangible. But real quick, Intangible, let me just say, what's up, Wood? I got you, bro. I'm going to let you speak next, right after Intangible. Go ahead, Intangible.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I probably haven't gone at anybody in a long time because I just don't have the energy for it, and I'd rather. I mean, I don't really care what like group you are in. If you respect me, I respect you, and that's just how it is.
Yeah. What's up, Wood? What's good with you?
Man. I'm in here, man. Look, I don't go at the LDBC that much no more. I said what I had to say about those niggas. I think is I can't keep rehashing the same shit. Everybody know how I feel about them, and I made my point. So this nigga CJ Goodburger, he wanted some smoke. So that's what I'm giving CJ fat fella, CJ Goodburger, whatever the fuck you want to call this nigga. He wanted some. So now this me and him. He already bowed out. He don't want no smoke. So I'm gonna leave that nigga alone because I'm not no bully. He wanted to go. He would respond. He only respond one time. He don't want no smoke because he know I'm with the shit all day. I make my own schedule. So I leave out the house when I want to leave out the house. I don't got no schedule to go by. I leave out the house when I want to leave out the house to make money. So he don't want no more. The nigga don't know boxing. He took 2 karate classes. Now he's an expert in boxing. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Nigga said karate.
And that's what I'm talking about. It's channels out there. Like, if you want that heat, we'll give it to you. You see what I mean? So it's channels out there for that. And if these guys want that heat, go at those channels. But if you come at a channel like mine, you're just going to expose yourself. Because first and foremost, only your cronies on your channel are going to listen to that nonsense.
Yeah, those dummies was on my channel. All those dummies was on my channel. Subscribe to me because I was talking shit about the LDBC. As soon as I started talking shit about CJ, they all unsubscribed. But then I asked those niggas about boxing. They don't know anything about boxing. Or if I'm a troll channel, most people on my channel, go look at the people in my live. We be talking real boxing talk. Exactly. That's something that these niggas don't know a goddamn thing about. I'm not no troll. You want to look at my videos, 95% of my videos is about breaking down fights, actually fights. It's something that these niggas can't do in their fucking dreams.
They can't, bro. That's why they go running around talking about other channels and calling people fraud and all of this and making up all of these narratives because they can't create real content. They don't have
Look at my channel. Learn something about boxing.
Turn your volume, I guess, on your computer or something down because it's got like the feedback.
You can look at my channel and learn something about boxing. You can learn when to throw the jab. You can learn how to establish your range in the ring. You can learn how when and not to use angles, when to fight inside, when to fight outside. You can learn all kind of different things. You can learn all kind of different things about the sweet science on my channel. The only thing you can learn about on CJ Fatburger channel is rumors, gossip, and more gossip. Who bought this car? Who's sleeping with who? All kind of dumb shit. I'm a boxing channel, and I take pride in knowing boxing.
That's a fact, bro. Wood do be breaking down fights. So if you guys want to know something about what happened in the ring, Wood breaks down a lot of fights. Also, official scorecard boxing. He breaks down a lot of fights, and Matthew Faust. If you guys want to go look at content about guys that really they do film study right on their channel. They show you what guys are doing, why they're doing it in the ring. They talk about transitioning weight. They talk about angles, lateral movements, pull counters, all of the things that you guys hear us speaking about. They let you know exactly what that means and what these guys are doing and why they're doing it. So if you want to learn about the sweet science. Again, Wood Stay Real TV, Matthew Faust, and Official Scorecard Boxing. They actually break down fights, and they do a pretty good job of it, guys. I look at their breakdowns myself, and they do a pretty good job of it. So y'all go check them out. Hey, Wood, I invited Mark over here, so I'm gonna let him up. You got any last thoughts or anything you wanted to say?
No, I just want to say, man, I think that is only thing I say is it's too many followers and not a lot. I look at yourself as a leader. There's not enough leaders in this game. People should try to be more leaders instead of and get away from the negativity, because the negativity don't lead nowhere. This is boxing, and we all should try to get along. But some people. That's why I left the LDBC alone, because they their own group, and people want to follow them. That's their business, and I really don't fuck with them no more. So I just stick to my own. I just stick to doing what I'm doing. They stick to doing what they doing, and that's what it should be.
Well said, bro. Well said. I appreciate you coming on, sharing your thoughts, Wood.
Thanks, man.
All right, fam.
Word, I hear that, man. How am I sound? I'm sounding better now, brother.
Yeah, you good now. You good, fam. So what's up, Boxing Mark? Appreciate y'all coming on and shit. Hey, everybody, for real though, real quick, guys, y'all would do real good study. Real good film study. So you guys go watch it, man. He used to fight too. He used to box in the ring. So take it from a guy that has some experience inside of that fucking square circle. Would Stay Real, Official Scorecard, and Matthew Faust. So, Mark, what's up with you, brother? I know that you wanted to speak on this when we were over on BL. You had some things that you wanted.
No, I want to talk to you about something different. To you, about something different, completely unrelated. But yeah, this whole YTBC thing, right? And communities and whatever. It's come to a stage where pretty much anybody who's new on YouTube, they come on to the YTBC, right? The YTBC is an acronym that stands for the YouTube boxing community. It essentially means that if you're talking about boxing, you're essentially in it. But there is no actual community within the YTBC. I want to say that. I do want to say that. There really isn't. And I've been around long enough to see it. It used to be great. There used to be real content creators who would talk amongst everybody. They talk about boxing. But now the identity of it has changed to the point where you essentially have multiple different channels talking about the opinions of other channels, talking about the opinions of other channels, talking about the opinions of other channels. Now, where did boxing go? Like, straight up, where did it go, man? Like, it's disappeared. We don't have it anymore. I mean, I don't give a crap what another person's opinion is. I won't associate myself with someone who has a bad opinion on me. That's my thing. I don't associate with them. And that's me. And I think everybody should be that way.
Yeah.
You know, if someone has a negative opinion of you, don't associate with them. Fuck them. Leave them to do whatever the hell they want to do. I'm not going to get into a beef with them because I don't care. I don't care enough about them.
Really simple.
But what I want to see is an actual, a place where people can fucking talk about this sport, man. Like, how often do you go into a live stream and you hear, yo, did you hear what this dude said? Yo, I can't believe this guy said this. Yo, this guy said this about this person. Can you believe it? And I was like, oh, I thought this person was your boy. You know?
Dragon B Space, what's up, fellas? Go ahead, Mark.
They'll be like, I thought this person was your boy. Why you ain't jumping out to defend him? And well, if he want to have that beef with that person, he can. Go right ahead. It's not my place to jump in. It's not my place to do anything. I just want to talk about the sport. Surely that's why we all came on here. Every single person didn't come onto YouTube to start talking about other people's opinions on YouTube. They came on because maybe they wanted to hear the opinion of a fight, or maybe they wanted to know the result of something, or maybe they came on because, hey, I can't watch this fight, so I want to see if I can watch it live. That's why people actually came on here. And maybe they found they were looking for fake streams to illegally watch fights. Maybe they were coming on to find other people to talk about the sport. They didn't come on to talk about everyone else's damn opinion.
Yep, and I'll tell you right now, man, me being a person that always try to keep the community together. I made a fucking hashtag come back to boxing blog radio talk and asked the uploaders. Certain uploaders came, a lot of them didn't, you know, because they wanted the beef, especially when the LDBC was created and all this other crap. And it's like, yo, I gave it a fighting chance for what, 8 years, bro? And 8 years, motherfuckers can't get it right. 8 years, you know, it's basically Mark's right. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna represent my subscribers, myself, and those that speak boxing. You know what I mean? I mean, if this is the way it's gonna go out, and anybody's gonna start blaming anybody, I got, you know, people that claimed YTBC and stuff, and you guys gotta blame yourselves as well, because we first knew all of these, and I said it yesterday, D. I said it yesterday, right? We knew all of these trolls to be where? In what place? The comment section. That's it. All of a sudden they got screen time. So Mark's right. Where did it go? Where did the boxing content go? Right. So this is exactly why, if I'm gonna invite anybody on the panel, I'm giving out the stream link through email. So that way, you know, because that has to be held up to a high standard. Like, motherfuckers gotta be privileged to get that. You know what I mean? And throwing it in there is exactly why we're all getting all of this traffic. And these are facts. You know what I'm saying? These are facts. You throw your link there. Yeah, you throw your link there. These motherfuckers copy paste somebody's profile and boom. And then you let somebody on thinking that then here comes fucking Captain Receding Hairline and the other fucking non-mountain climbing in Texas ass nigga.
Yeah, that's a fact. Cat, what's up with you, sis? Appreciate you coming through. That's a fact, Jedi. And like I told y'all, that man y'all here talking right there. Jedi. Now, this is for people in the chat. This is for my people in the chat that have channels. Everybody on the panel, if you got some heat, you want to goddamn hash it out, take him over to Jedi. He open for business. That's what he there for. He ready. That motherfucking smoke. Is that right, Jedi?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know, I mean, I like I said, I do everything in boxing. I talk boxing. I do boxing breakdowns. I even do a lot of boxing lives. I was the first late night boxing talk on YouTube, the first hashtag, right, on YouTube. But then other guys, besides, you know, guys that are actually using hashtags correctly, like, you know, not as destructive factions, but as, you know, constructive factions. You know what I'm saying? Willing to educate, and you know what I mean? That's exactly what it was built on, everybody, and the guys that are doing it now. So keep going forward, progress it, and don't backtrack. You know what I mean? But otherwise than that, man, yo, I seen them come, I seen them go. You know what I mean? And you know, it's true. There is a boxing community, but it's not labeled the YTBC no more. It's just going to be individuals that just link up whenever they want to talk boxing on each other's lives. And that's basically it. Before, it was, if you look at my playlist, I Tim Witherspoon, Roy Jones Jr., I got interviews. We used to do over the phone interviews. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, that's old school. You know what I mean? You get the number. It was a privilege. Oh, how you doing? You know, you go take a look at that, and then go take a look at everybody else's that used to do that, and you'll see that yes, it has evolved, but for the worse, bro. Like, you know, yo, gentlemen on the panel are right. We've all gone through this, right? So it's the only thing to do now is what happens when a great group like G.I. Joe or something, right? What happens when a great group fails? They've got to break up, reconstruct themselves, find themselves, and then join together down the road in order to make another powerful union. That's basically what's got to happen here, bro.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, look, I don't like the whole idea of like having to create a group myself, right? But I've decided to do so for one reason, and it's not an actual group. It's something different. I just want people who are talking about boxing, you know? That's all it is. So if you want to talk about boxing, you can just send me a comment or whatever, send me a message somehow. If you want to talk about it, you can be a part of that group. Like, I'm just not going to associate with drama, and I hope no one else is. Like, I don't want to be giving opinions on everyone else's opinions. That's right. That I really don't. If someone wants to, they can, but I'm not. If someone joins that group, you know,
right.
If someone joins that group, don't expect me to go and fight your battles for you. Don't expect me to. Like, don't expect anyone else there to. Just if you get into it, that's on you. And it is, because you should be able to hold your own. Shouldn't need everyone else to do it for you.
That's a fact.
So the idea of what I'm doing is I'm starting to, everybody there is their own man, right? But they're sharing one thing together. a care for the sport. So everybody's their own man. Everyone has their own objective. I don't want anybody there to be there because they want somebody they agree with. I do not want that crap because that crap doesn't. That's no discussion. It's no discussion. The only thing.
That's a yes man, and we don't need no fucking yes man on the panel.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody that's gonna add intellect to the fucking conversation. I don't need yes man. I don't need you to sit up here and agree with me. I'm not trying to be conceited, but I know I'm right because I study. So I know I'm right. I don't need you to tell me I'm right. I need you to tell me something I don't know, like what Mark does, like what DT3 does, what Mob does. Mob don't even have a channel, and he's always telling me shit I don't know. You know why? Because he's high in the gambling, and he's out there in Vegas, and guess what? He gets the inside scoop on some shit that we don't. So Mob can add to the conversation on things that I don't know. That's the type of people I want on this panel.
Yeah, no doubt, kid, no doubt. And a lot of guys like myself and other other content creators that I know from from my knowledge, they either used to or they still do. I know I still do hang around the boxing gym. You know what I'm saying? Go around and give instruction, because I myself used to compete, but not not in boxing only, in Muay Thai. You know what I mean? But it's just when you have that experience within the combat sports, you want to share that knowledge, right? And that's basically what some of these guys are doing. And you can tell who knows what and who doesn't, as well. If you really want to check somebody's resume, bro, all you got to do, bro, is go into their channel and look at how many videos they got, how many videos they've dropped, look at the quality of the video and what they're speaking of. You know what I mean? That, that also lays out the blueprint as to who you should be following. You know what I mean?
Hey, let me go to the chat right quick, fellas, because I want to the interaction from the chat is actually important about this, because this is something else I want to speak on. First, I'm gonna read Tim's comment, but I'm gonna go to another comment that I just seen. L Dog, after I finish with that, I'm gonna let you get into, bro. Tim Dog said lots of content creators need to find their humility again. They ain't humble without their members. They ain't shit. Opinions are like assholes. We all have one. I unsubbed from a lot of hoes yesterday. I feel you, Tim. And sometimes you got to do this. But guys, I wanted to speak on this comment. And Mark, keep calm. I got this. But I wanted to make a point about this as well. This type of shit as well. And this goes out to all of you guys with channels. Content creators, because this is something like what BL was speaking on tonight. So to you, Mark, of course, you already know Jedi and DT3 and whoever else is listening. Jose Yepes has been with me since before I started this channel. Jose Yepes is part of the Speak Your Mind Sports Talk family, and like he's valued here. But when things like this happen, as a content creator, as a channel host, if you're affiliated with other channel hosts, you guys shouldn't let shit like this ride. Now, I don't have anything against Jose, but I think that as a channel host, if you know the person that has a channel and that's running that channel, and you respect that person, and you see a comment like this, you should speak on it. That's just my opinion. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just saying that I think that you should speak on it to show respect to your compadre. And in this example, Mark is my compadre. Jose, in this example, I would say that's bullshit, okay? I would say that's bullshit, and I'm not coming at you. I would just say if Mark blocked you, he blocked you for a reason. Maybe you should talk to him and find out, because maybe somebody else with a wrench blocked you. I don't know what the thing is, but if he blocked you, it damn sure was for a reason. But I don't want to let you sit up here and say Mark is too sensitive or Mark is sensitive or anything like that. And so to the other channel hosts, I'm saying, like, when we're involved with someone, like if I see someone putting a comment about DT3 or BL or Johnny Boy or somebody that I'm affiliated with, and we don't feel that way, we should at least correct it and tell them, don't put that shit in there. Don't be throwing bullshit shots at guys that we know, and go talk to that man. And that kind of calms down this stuff too. So again, Jose, I'm not coming at you, but that's incorrect. Maybe you should talk to Mark behind the scenes or whatever you have to do. But if he did block you, I'm pretty sure you had a good reason, or he didn't block you at all. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. That's the type of shit that can spark little situations, and then you'll have somebody else in the chat that speak on it, and they say, "Oh yeah, because he does this and he does this," and then you got a whole bunch of people in your fucking chat going at somebody when you could have stopped. Hold on, guys, that's not a true statement. Cut that shit short, and then keep it moving. Like, I think that's something that we're responsible for doing as content creators. If we're affiliated with that person and we respect that person and we value what they say, then we shouldn't let people trash them or badmouth them as if they're not doing what they're supposed to do in the YTBC, because that's bullshit.
I agree.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Hey,
What's up, dog? Yeah, so your floor, what you have to say about all of
I
this?
gotta clear some shit up, man, because a lot of people they think I'm like trolling with El Jefe, but man, I can't be doing that no more because I mean I know who he's associated with now, so I mean I gotta stop that, man. Like, you know, I'm cool with you guys, man, and I ain't gonna be trolling.
Yeah, L Dog, let me tell you something, bro. On BL today, he did a live about this, and this is actually a part 2, piggybacking off of what he did. I put in that comment section, I said, I'm not sure. I was like, L Dog, I think he's just fucking around. You know, he's trolling with El Jefe and them. I said, maybe he should talk to you because I don't think L Dog really like that. I put that in the comment section. So I knew you were just fucking around, but you got to kind of watch yourself because El Jefe and JFL and H Money and them, they taking things too far. So even though you're joking and playing, you don't want to associate yourself with that shit because they're really taking things too far. They're getting blocked from people's channels, and you don't want to get tied up with that nonsense. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I'm just gonna say something else, and I'm gonna say something else, dog, too. Like, I'm not sure if people know exactly what happened with me and Jefe. You know, we were on Dawkins, talk radio or whatever, and he was supposed to debate him, and then all of a sudden he got on me or whatever, and then that same night I opened up the platform on my channel for a debate. He never showed, and then he started talking. So everybody took him as a joke ever since, and he's been a pariah. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not sure if you're new on the scene or whatever, but you have to like you know what I'm saying, like he said, you have to watch yourself here because it's all about credibility with us. I mean, we don't know you, we're not able to shake your hand, we don't have fucking lunch. You know what I'm saying? So the only thing we can work off of this here is our word and our credibility. You know what I mean? So, these are the two major things that you gotta hold very, very dear to yourself when you're fucking with these YouTube streets, because if not, bro, like H Money and the rest of them, you're gonna wind up carbon copying someone else's identity, henceforth not having one yourself, my brother.
Yeah, and
man, I agree with you, man. I agree with you.
Real quick, guys, blessings to you, Tim. Hey, I just wanted to say shout out to Tim, everybody. Tim went through a real tough cancer situation. He's doing really well now, and we all stayed positive for Tim. Tim stayed positive with us, and I'm just. It's a blessing things working out for you, Tim. So thank God for that. Just wanted to say that. Shout out to you, Tim.
Just to mention Jose, I think he said he got blocked on Mark's stream. 99% sure that's a moderator, not Mark.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there are some mods who block people more than others. I know personally Mark doesn't block people unless they're doing something like pretty fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Like it happened with Toby, my man Toby Barlett. I gotta call my man Sean Toby now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's under another profile in order to get on my channel, and I'm looking on my list, and it wasn't me. It was one of my moderators. So whoever's a moderator on the Boxing Jedi's channel, please unblock Toby, please, because I can't find it.
Right. Hey, check this out. Dr. Mario says El Jefe is very young. Cut him some slack. Overall, he's a part of our family. He trolls, but he does want to be a part of this. Listen, Dr. Mario, I say this all the time, and I say this to El Jefe, and I'm sure that many people have heard me say this on this channel. I think I said it to El Jefe, as a matter of fact, earlier today. I said, El Jefe, I have no problems with you, but you can't come on this chat today because I'm not for all that foolishness. I'll let you on another day. I've said plenty of time before that El Jefe is a part of the Speaking Mind Sports Talk family. I said one day that El Jefe is that family member, and we all have them. We all have that family member that gets on our goddamn nerves, but we know they still family. And I think like that's what El Jefe is here for me, because he is a supporter, guys. Like, let's not get it twisted. He's a troll. He's annoying as fuck. But just like Dr. Mario say, he's young. He's 21, guys. He's 21. His brain's not fully developed yet. He is trying to fit in, and he actually knows a little something about boxing, not like JFL and Ace Money. So El Jefe is a pain in the ass, but he's like that pain in the ass little nephew or that little brother that gets on your fucking nerves, or that little cousin. Like, if you want my family, I beat the hell out of them, but you don't. Family, you know what I mean? That's El Jefe. So I'm not, I'm not excommunicating El Jefe from Speak Your Mind Sports Talk. I've told El Jefe plenty of times on live. This is not talking behind his back. I've told him on live to his face, you need to slow down doing the shit you're doing. You running around,
I
you
agree.
get off of people's channels. And I've told El Jefe this, so I'm not going to hold it against him. But, again, he's got to take his lumps. You learn in life from experience, guys. A lot of us up here, like what I said the other night, we're in our 40s, late 30s, mid 40s. So we've had twice his lifespan to learn, to take our lumps, to take our bruises, and to learn from our experiences.
Y'all some old bastards. Y'all some old motherfuckers.
Yeah, fuck you.
I'm 46. Now I don't get
my thing is this: like, I'm cool with El Jefe. I mean, he's harmless, but he's starting to hang around with people like I'm not going to mention who they are, but I think Mark knows who they are.
Yeah, we don't know who they are, though.
There's some crazy fucking trolls who are actually just out there to kind of fuck people up, like not physically, but like the way I look at it, they're actually trying to ruin people's lives to some extent.
Yeah.
And that's not cool, man.
Well, their channel lives, but yeah, you're right.
It's one thing being a funny troll like El Jefe telling people to do their push-ups and whatever, but it's another thing to be fucking giving like false copyright strikes, whatever,
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yo, can I say one thing?
Sure.
Can we let Intangible speak? He's been there for like 40 minutes without.
I know, man. What's up, Intangible? What's up, brother, man? Spit it. Jake, Truth Bomb, Jake. What's up?
I don't have that much to say, honestly, besides just to double down on what people are saying. El Jefe, I mean, he is harmless. He's just a cool guy that happens to be also annoying. But, I mean, he goes a bit too far with this shit sometimes. I mean, when he's hanging around dudes that are just incessantly annoying, threatening people, and he's pretty much just letting them onto a stream with no issues, he's encouraging it. It's just not the same form of trolling. It's just not right as, him just saying, open your third eye.
Yeah. But that shit was funny, man. When he was telling people to do their push-ups, drink their milk.
You can't lie. El Jefe's a funny motherfucker. I say it all the time. It keeps me laughing. But sometimes it's overbearing and annoying. So.
Oh shit, El Spedito.
Yo, man, I'm here to put heat on that ass, man.
Put some respect on El Jefe's name, bro.
Yo, you need to put respect on my name, bro.
And I'm saying this, man. Like, I'm seeing a lot of fake accounts.
Oh,
more.
I had this kid, Justin Jr. I think he's giving up on me now, but he was.
Oh shit! Did he put my email up on the fucking screen?
Yeah, he did. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that shit. But Justin Jr. I was just scrolling down, putting people's.
That's fine, bro. It's fine.
Justin Jr. fucking he used to come here, L Dog, and he had maybe 60 different accounts just to show his toes. He'll get on my live and I'm letting people in, we talking, and then you'll just see toes wiggling on the damn screen.
Oh my goodness, man.
What the?
Yeah,
I mean,
so funny,
that's just weird, but at least it's not like fucking. I mean, can you get strikes for that? I don't know.
Well, it depends. If you got like one or two people that find toes offensive, then they're gonna go and then
nudity.
Yeah, exactly. Or offensive material. And since it's a fetish, toes a fetish, it would definitely be sexually explicit type shit. So it's crazy, man. These YouTube shit is retarded, man. I mean, they got a good deal going on here, but some of the rules are just ridiculous. a lot of PC culture shit, and it's trickling down. And you know, I'm just sorry. I'm sorry that you guys never got to benefit the rules that we were raised under. You know, in YouTube boxing and shit. You know, because it was wild back then. You could say whatever the fuck you want. You hardly got stricken down. I mean, it was awesome. Now it's like, you know, it's like you walking around ball and chain with rules and shit. You know, and I understand it.
I'll tell you what, like, in my opinion, the stupidest thing is, it's you can make like 30 accounts before they stop you. You can have them like all at once.
Yeah.
So people can easily make 30 accounts and then just go dislike all your videos. Like, I get having a personal one and then maybe like, I don't know, an actual channel where you upload shit or something. But I mean, the fact you can make like 30 of them, nah.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, you're a kid like Justin Jr., you're 12 years old, school's out because of coronavirus, you don't have shit to do, no job, and no fucking, you know, you can do that. But if you're a grown fucking man like these guys, I mean, come on, dude. Come on. You can't find anything better to do with your time than to make 30 fucking accounts and spit. And you got to understand something. They're not just trolling me. So whoever they're trolling, guys, don't fucking take it personal. Don't think you're an El Jefe or H Money exclusive. No, these idiots are running around doing this to multiple channels. Do you know how time consuming that is? It's
exactly.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. And then I had some of my followers email me telling me that they're tired of it and they know that it's not my fault or whatever. So that's why I'm glad I had to talk with Mark. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what? And I sat back, bro. You know, I don't even drink. And I cracked a fucking brew, a nice fucking Budweiser, sat back, smoked a blunt. And I said, you know what, man? Fuck it. I'm just going to go back to myself. It is what it is. You know, if there was a community, these motherfuckers would be putting up to. You know what I'm saying? And blocking and doing what they have to do, but they don't. You know, some people, and we can't front, some people love this baiting stuff. They love all this drama on their channel and they like kicking and screaming, oh, I hate these guys. But then they don't do nothing about it. A dude like Rosclot 222, peace to you, my brother. My man said, I'm tired of it. So he does what I do. We destroy him first on video. It's a wrap and then block him. That's it. That's the rep you want.
Shout out to the MLBC, bro.
Word up. My own boxing community, no doubt.
And I'll say this, man, the last person I'd want to come at is boxing Jedi, because that fucking freestyle he did on H Money, oh my god, that shit was fire, man.
Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate
I fucking love that, bro. I was listening to that shit and I'm like, damn, this guy.
I was bumping
actually,
to that, man. That was actually
bro, that was
sick.
fucking sick, man.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Ring IQ did a nice one on him too, dog. I mean,
yo, for real, H Money came into one of my videos and linked his stream that's gonna happen tonight, exposing Ring IQ.
Wait, that's tonight, is it?
Yeah, he came into my comment section trying to link it.
This whole thing is about. This whole topic is about keeping the trolls away and not publicizing them and what they're doing and intangible goals, and directly plugs the dudes.
But the thing is, man, I can't control it. It's just
that's it, bro. We know Intangible is a troll now. He's associated with H Money.
Look, I want to say something right quick, guys. And because I have a fucking ton of wrenches. Listen, I'm the kind of guy that looks down the road, right? And when I say down the road, 2-3 years down the road, that's short distance for me. I like to look down the road, and I like to visualize and imagine things as if I already have them. So when I look at Speak Your Mind Sports Talk, I look at 50, 100,000 subscribers, right? And so a lot of people may come here and say, well, damn, D channel, he's got 1,200 subscribers, and you go to his lives and everybody fucking got wrenches. And I know it appears that way, right? Because I do give out a lot of wrenches. But guys, again, I look down the road, right? I'm not giving out 50,000 fucking wrenches. But when we get a lot of subscribers, you wrenches, you guys that have wrenches, you're actually going to be busy, because the guys that we're talking about, those are the type of people that I'm going to want removed. And I'm not going to have time to look at that shit. So my whole point for bringing this up is you guys with the wrenches, at least on my channel, I always say the rules of who I want you guys to remove. And what I'm getting ready to start doing, though, is removing wrenches. Okay, so for like, Example, we got this guy, Italian Mafia. I think he was a Johnny Boy imposter or something, somebody said, right? He had Johnny Boy's picture when he was 21 years old, right? Now, somebody removed him from the channel. Earlier in the live, I said block him if he said something, but don't remove him, okay? If he gets out of line, if he says something racist, if he says something offensive, you know what I mean? Then we can kick him off. But I don't want people coming here because you can put the wrong image out there too by just kicking people off. And I don't want people getting kicked off because you don't like them. I don't want people getting kicked off, blocked from my channel because they said D. Jefferson is a fucking moron and he don't know shit about boxing. I don't care about that. If that's their opinion about D. Jefferson, that's fine. I didn't give you guys a wrench to kick them off and block them forever. Let them speak their mind. What's the name of this channel? Speak your mind. I don't give a fuck, bro. If it doesn't offend me, it shouldn't offend you. If they come on here and they say something racist, block the motherfuckers. If they come on here and attack a community, Black Lives Matter, LGBT, whatever, block the motherfuckers. And if they come on here with that extreme trolling, like what we're talking about tonight, block them. But if you don't like them because they say you're a goddamn idiot and you're a racist, that's what they said to you personally, don't fucking block them off this channel. That's not why you guys have wrenches. And I really don't think guys should use your power to wrench like that on anyone's channel. Because people should be able to come and say what they want to say as long as they're not violating the rules, as long as they're not taking it overboard. I had a roast here on this channel, and I'm going to schedule another one because goddamn, that was fun. But I had a roast here on this channel, and people were saying some of the craziest things. And my man Truth Bomb Jake, since I have his comment, I'll use him for an example. Truth Bomb Jake says, we can say anything we want. I said, Jake, I got thick skin, bring it on. You know what I mean? And Jake says, oh, all right, cool. So Jake puts his comment up. D. Jefferson dick so small, he piss on his balls. You know what I mean? Cracking the fuck up. You know what I mean? Okay, good. That's what it's about, though. So with all of that being said, though, I don't give a shit what no one says about me. Boxing Monster and Samuel Shaw tear my ass up every day in these damn lives. And I laugh it off and we have a good time, right? So don't be blocking people because they say I'm an idiot. How many idiots do I call people? It's one of my goddamn sayings. You idiot. You can't block somebody for calling me an idiot. That's bullshit.
And I'm going to say this, man. The last thing boxing YouTube needs is channels blocking people just because they disagree with them.
Yeah,
I
that's
disagree with unbiased quite a bit, but I'm cool with unbiased because we can be mature about it and have a good conversation, you know, a good debate. But I mean, look, I don't think any less of someone because they disagree with me. Hell, they're probably right, you know. But, you know, we just have a disagreement. It's good to hear all sides of the story, you know.
Yeah, but that's the issue. People don't know how to disagree without threatening each other and shit. Yep. That's the issue.
Exactly, bro. Like there's a community out there where if you disagree with them, you're out. You know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're a racist. You're a hater. You know.
I appreciate that. I take pride in that.
Yo.
What's up, Johnny?
What's up, Johnny?
All right. Here. Now, I just want to address the shit that is being said real quickly, if I may, D.
Yo, Johnny. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, Johnny?
What's up, Jedi?
Real quick before we start, Johnny, let me give 3 shout-outs right quick. Augustin Rogue in the building. What's good, Augustin Rogue? Phalanx in the building. What's good with your Phalanx 220? And Manda Solo just stepped up in here. What's good, Manda Solo? All right, go ahead, Johnny. Boy, it's your floor.
All right, listen. I Buy Houses was in here. We were talking a little bit before. And the rest is. I don't care if you want to fucking clown and crack on El Jefe at all. Don't be associating yourself with those fucking dickheads he had on the stream today. Because these motherfuckers attacked my family, was cracking jokes about my father who's got cancer.
Hey, Johnny boy, in the moment.
Hold on, L-Dog, hold on. Hey, L-Dog. And the other thing. Now, as far as me saying the N-word, I just want to say this, D. I'm not going down that lane or nothing. But here,
I got you. Go
ahead. Okay. As far as me saying the N-word go, bro, I try not to talk like that. I used to talk like that when I was a little kid running around the streets, bro. and I'm a white boy and all this other shit. So you guys got to remember, when people come up in here and start calling me a bitch and a pussy, that hood shit comes out of me, bro. So cut me a little bit of slack, dog. Like that ain't no, I try not to even be talking like that no more. So, but that's, I'm just saying. So don't nobody get offended. It's like Hector Camacho saying it.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Nah, man, you're cultured, bro. You grew up in the fucking ghetto.
Yeah,
it's just like me, bro, Johnny, man. Just because I'm Puerto Rican and Cherokee Indian, and I say the N-word a lot, in my slang and my bondage, I choose to speak simple to simple people. You know what I mean? I can speak educated if I'd like, but I'd rather use that slang because I feel comfortable and I lean back on it. And not only that, since I grew up in the ghetto, that gives me the damn right. I got my pass. So do you.
Well, and I try not to even talk like that, bro. I just okay. He did buy houses. Says I got Chicago. I have family from Racine to Chicago. Oh, okay. You on the whole strip then, bro? Yeah, you was born. I was born in Waukegan, bro. So you right? Yeah. All right. You already know.
And what I was gonna say, Johnny boy, I was gonna say like when I saw El Jefe was associating with those guys, like nah, bro. Just out of respect, can't be dealing with those guys, man.
Right. That's funny. That's funny. I buy that's funny. I buy houses because all them little towns and neighborhoods he just named. That's all me right there, bro. North Chicago, Racine, all that shit. That's all me. It's funny. I buy houses. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I want to speak on this situation too, and I wish Boone was still on here. But he had to go take care of some stuff. But I want to speak on this Bruce Wayne situation.
Be right back.
All right.
With ring IQ?
No. Just in general, not with any particular person. Because
hey, D, I'm gonna change my battery real quick, and I'm gonna be right back, bro.
Okay, I got you, fam. The thing is with Bruce Wayne is here recently he's crossed a few people up. Johnny Boy, Showbiz Adult, IBFP, Ring IQ, and so he's getting a bad taste around the YTBC. But I just have to say this about Bruce Wayne concerning this channel, Speak Your Mind. Now, me personally, myself, IBFP Boxing Nuke is like my brother. Like he's one of the guys that like behind the scenes and everything I really trust on this YouTube. And I didn't like at all the way that situation went down with he and Bruce. And I did wrong myself. I took some shots at Bruce Wayne, but openly. I said his name. I didn't sugarcoat it or do it subliminally like he puts these videos. I said it openly on Twitter. I used his name and everything on videos and everything. I wasn't hiding about it. But I decided to stop doing that because it's just like anybody else say, if you keep pushing a kid and he doesn't want to fight you back, then you leave him alone and you just keep it moving. So that was my piece in the whole thing. You want to pick with my brother, come pick with me. And I just feel like the shit is over with. The people that he's going after, let them deal with it. Let Johnny Boy deal with it. Let Ring IQ deal with it. Let those people deal with it. But I'm not going to push that tension because Bruce Wayne's a part of the MBBC, and when it comes to Mr. Two Hands, Andrew Tucker World, DT3, Myron, I really like these guys. I don't have problems with them, and that's how these inter-channel beefs start. When our supporters in the chat start pushing these narratives, and then we speak on it. Then the other channel like, well, I heard you say on your live, so
I'm gonna say this though, like with Bruce Wayne. I used to watch his stuff quite a bit, but I just think he's reaching a bit much. Like, I don't know. I think these days he takes some things way too seriously, like what Ring IQ said.
Yeah, he does. But hold on, L-Dog. That may be true, but I just wanted to kind of kill the whole Bruce Wayne talk. I don't want to really talk about
okay.
What
I mean, look, we all just need to,
we all have faults. And for sure, he has some faults, okay? Ego, it plays a part of his issue. And I will say that, and then I will let it die. And I have openly called him an egotistical motherfucker, so this is nothing that I'm saying behind his back. But ego plays a problem, and some of the issues he have, but I just don't want it to be like a Bruce Bane bash session or El Jefe bash session. If you guys want to have an H Money bash session, let's go. We can do that all day. You know what I mean? But I don't really want to do that type of shit on this channel. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of stuff this is why I'm having this discussion. These are the type of things I think that we can practice as channel hosts to reduce the tension that's going on around.
Exactly.
Into this bullshit. When someone puts a comment in there like that, let's not make it a panel full of, okay, well, let's bash him since they just put that comment up. Then they put a comment up about El Jefe. Oh, let's bash El Jefe for 30 minutes. Put a comment up about Johnny Boy. Yeah, Johnny Boy's a racist fat pig. Like, let's not do this shit, bro. Because if channel hosts, if we stop this, then it reduces this tension and this bullshit that's going on around the YTBC. We got to hold ourselves accountable and responsible for cutting a lot of this bullshit out too.
Yeah, that's why I like what you're doing with the games and shit. You trying to switch it up, you know, put a little sauce on it. So, you know, that's why I fuck with you, D, and I only fuck with the chosen ones. You feel me? I've been told you this, so you know, I'm just not with the bullshit, man. If I want to see beef, I can go back to my neighborhood for that shit, bro. You feel me? I come on here to get knowledge from other people. You feel me? Talk some boxing. And that's about it, man. That's where it stopped. I got a real life that I gotta attend to. So this shit is not that important to me. You feel me?
Right. Lisa Bell, Lisa dropping gems. We should be uplifting each other, not name dropping. Facts, bro. Like, we can all build. You know, it's hundreds of millions of people in the YouTube community, and the YTBC doesn't even fucking capture 10 million. Think about that shit. We got a lot of building we could be doing instead of bashing everybody, knocking each other down, and all of this fucking unwarranted beef and tension, bro. Like, what the fuck? It's not helping anything. And just like Mark said earlier, people come on here, they want to get some fucking knowledge, bro. They don't come on here to hear you say Monty Brown's an idiot or D. Jefferson's getting sunned by black horsemen and all of this bullshit. Who the fuck cares about that? They want to know about Canelo and Chocolatito and Anui and fucking Kovalev. That's what they want to know. So, I mean, you know, guys, but hey, if everybody got something to add to the conversation, we can switch over to boxing talk now. I just wanted to fucking kind of bring that up, but you know, it's always about boxing talk. We can always do that too, but
is there any news going on with the boxing?
I really didn't, to tell you the truth, Johnny. I really didn't look up anything, bro. I'm always researching shit. I gotta fucking come up with something good every day for Speaking About Sports Talk Daily Live, because now that's like a show I'm doing, but I'm doing it every day, and I'm coming up with like certain topics. So sometimes I don't want to spoil it for tomorrow.
You know,
what y'all think about Davis versus Haney?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was just about to leave y'all with that. How y'all?
Go ahead.
Yeah. How y'all feeling about Davis feeling a little left out in the cold because Mayweather has decided to put all of his attention now into Haney?
I didn't even think about that, Joe. That's crazy, son.
Let me go
Man, that's a good point.
Hold on. Let me go first on this, because I want to cook on this. Justin Trouble in the building. What's good with you, Justin Trouble? Edgar in the building. What's up, Edgar? Look, Tank Davis, you little fat ass pussy. Let me tell you about Tank Davis in this situation. What Tank Davis need to do is get his little fat ass in the ring with Devin Haney. If you don't like it, go handle it in the ring, because that'll do so much for you. You try to see me fight nobodies. Remember, Tank Davis, I have a video up already. It's probably about 5-6 months ago. I put this shit out. Tank Davis flaming the hell out of Tank Davis for what? Over Devin Haney. He gets up and calls Devin Haney a bum. Everybody start with are bums. Everybody who fought are bums. This was way back then. So if you don't like the fact that Floyd turned up, go whoop his ass, Tank Davis. But you know what? I don't think your little fat ass can do it. That's what Tank need to do.
Yo, check this. See, here's the thing. This is just what if that is the case, yo. If that is the case that Floyd's trying to focus more on Haney than Tank, I'm gonna tell you right now that's gonna send Tank further down the fucking spiral of destruction, bro. Watch.
Yep, like it did Brona. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. It is kind of strange because Haney is in the same weight class as Tank, and Tank is the fighter you promote.
Yeah.
So I mean, teaching him tricks, like, just seems kind of weird. I mean, I think Floyd's doing it because, personally, he probably is just sick of Tank not having the dedication, and he kind of knows he's just a train wreck waiting to happen.
Tank is a fuck up, and he already is a fuck up, honestly.
Hey, D, I'm gonna let get this smoke get on and get some shine real quick. You feel me? While I roll this blunt.
Hey, don't be surprised if
I appreciate you, fam.
No doubt.
All right, Smoke, click that link, dog. Your spot is open. Go ahead, L dog.
Don't be surprised if Mayweather throws Tank to Lomachenko, man.
Now, right? Before he was protecting him.
Whenever Tank misbehaves, I mean, that's when Floyd starts talking about Loma. You know, it's like a punishment. Like, hey, man, you want to diss me? I'm going to make you fight Loma. And then Tank's like, oh, no, please.
Seems that way.
Yeah, well, I don't give a fuck if it's Lomachenko, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia. Put a little Cabbage Patch Kid in there with somebody. I want to see him fight. That's what I want to see.
Yo, D, that Cabbage Patch Kid meme is the greatest thing I've ever seen, bro. That shit is hilarious, bro.
It is funny as hell, dog.
Oh, man.
Smoke in the building. What's good? Dr. Miles, we love you. Get this smoke. That's right. Get this smoke part of the speaking.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, what's up? What's happening, everybody? I'm driving, so I apologize in advance for technical difficulties.
All right, you got your motherfucking seatbelt on, bro?
Do I need it? Oh yeah, yeah. I got to start the car up though first.
Yeah, but so yeah, Smoke, you came at the perfect time. What you hear? What you talking about? We first started talking about just really nice. YouTube. We touched over into boxing. We started talking about the and basically Tank looking like he a little salty that Floyd Mayweather is training and spending extensive time with Devin Haney.
Oh, well, you know, whatever. Tank always trying to start some kind of controversy on Twitter. And, I put no stock in that. He's probably just started this shit talking in the gym. Hopefully it's about competitive fire, not actually him getting in his feelings. Because Tank doesn't show him, exclusive love. They ain't married.
Yeah, but it is valuable to get help from Floyd Mayweather like that, bro. That's valuable help. And if Tank been if he feeling like, damn, dude, I'm supposed to be your number one star, and I've been around you all this time. You ain't took no time to work with me in the motherfucking ring like that. He could be feeling some kind of way.
Hey, yo, man.
I don't know. Did Devin Haney ask him? Did Tank ask him? I mean, is this just Floyd just feeling like? That's a good he's just gonna jump in when Floyd jumps in. Anyway, who cares? I'm saying, Tank. I doubt very seriously that Tank gives a damn about this. To be all honest, if Tank didn't get Floyd's help up until now, and Devin Haney is a product of Mayweather Gym, why would Tank all of a sudden be in his feelings?
Hey, get this book. Hold on. We can hear some background noise. GTS.
Oh,
yeah, like I said, I'm in the car. My better half is also on the phone, so sorry for that. Okay. I'm mute my mic while you guys talk.
All right. What I was going to say though is, I think it's kind of an awkward situation because Haney is a potential rival to Davis. I mean, they're both in the same weight class, and Floyd is supposed to be Tank's mentor, yet he's out there training his rival. It just seems like a weird situation.
It seems like a slight. It seems like a slight, Eldo.
I think.
Yeah,
right, but that's only if you highlight that particular aspect of it. But really, is Devin Haney gonna fight Tank at 135? Probably not. Devin Haney's probably going to be at 147, where Tank is going to be at 135. Don't even imagine that Devin Haney's going to do anything really significant at 135. Man, so it's not like it's taking shine away from Tank. And also, like I said, Devin Haney is a product of Mayweather Gym. He was already trained by his dad. Like they've known each other for years at this point. They both were teenage phenoms coming out of the same gym.
Yeah, Smoke, you got to understand this, though. It's Tank Davis coming out saying shit with little references. This is the thing that I always say. Like, I get up here and I talk about things, that maybe from Instagram post but this is what Tank Davis is giving these references, Smoke. You can't get on us talk about something, it ain't nothing to it, this, that, and the third. And hold on, Smoke. Hold on now. Let me finish. And he's making references as if he's butthurt. These are his references, bro. Like, he got a problem with it. It's not we saying he got a problem with it. The motherfucker acting like he got a problem with it.
The key word in that whole sentence is acting. That's my point. He's always acting like something. That's I think that he just garners interest in himself through social media, and this is just another example of it. Him acting some kind of way about something that probably don't matter in any way, shape, or form.
I think that hold on, Intangible. 1 second. I'll say this. It's a smart training move with Haney instead of Tank, because Tank's a fuck up and Haney ain't. I'll tell you that.
Facts. I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this. Do you guys remember when Tank was in prison or something? Maybe not prison, but when he was being held by the police because of that shit he pulled at the basketball game. Floyd didn't pay his bail or whatever to get him out, and he was hanging out with Haney.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, man. If Floyd ever puts Tank in the ring with a Lomachenko or a Teofimo, Tank will probably retire or pull out with an injury.
Listen, if Floyd is just gonna pick his fighters based on whether or not they're fuck ups, then he won't be a trainer at all.
Yeah. Black and Brown just stepped in the building. What's good, Black and Brown?
What's up, fellas? I'm just chilling, man. Trying to see what you guys are talking about.
What up, Mr. Spooks? Nothing, bro. We just chopping it up. We was talking about hey, you know what? I'm glad you are here, because you're pretty, you get to pull a attorney move when it comes to Devin Haney. Well, anyway, we talking about Devin Haney and Tank Davis.
Okay.
Tank Davis feeling some kind of way, or presumably feeling some type of way about Floyd Mayweather training Devin Haney. And I was like, well, Tank, if you feel some kind of way, get in there and fight it.
Not only that, if you feel some type of way, you should have moved to Vegas a long time ago. It ain't Floyd's fault you want to stay in Baltimore. That's basically what it all boils down to at the end of the day. He won't get into the gym. He won't work. He has no work ethic. So he don't. What's Floyd supposed to do? Just wait for him? Nah, Floyd got to find somebody else. I don't blame Floyd.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I think the correct term for the situation might be.
One at a time, man. One at a time. Whichever one.
I just got one quick thing to say, and then I'm off. I think the correct term would be it's a conflict of interest for Floyd.
Well,
you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, it could be perceived that way, but in a sense, maybe not, because like, how many fighters did Robert Garcia train? Reynoso trains multiple fighters. You know what I mean? So Tank just gotta eat it, accept it, motherfucker. Your trainer, or somebody, not even really his trainer, but somebody you want to train you is training someone else. So either you go get some help from him, or shut the fuck up, get in the gym and work with your own trainer.
Hey, peace out, fellas. I'm a hit off, man. It was great talking to you guys.
Appreciate you, L-Dog. It is what it is, man. T-Tone Toledo said, what's up, Black and Brown? All right,
T-Tone, what's going on?
Tank said we'll fight Haney and Mayweather.
Yeah, man, let me just say this real quickly. I don't know what to make of Floyd as as a sort of guide for Tank, honestly. I mean, I think that his trainer, I think Tank's trainer Calvin Ford, I don't necessarily think he's a bad guy or a bad influence or anything like that, but I think that Floyd and that rich lifestyle that he got into without really having to work his way up as much kind of rushed him into the fast life.
Yeah, and I will say this: I think Floyd is very immature and plays a lot of social media games too. So, like, say he's mad at Tank, he's gonna do some immature shit, some social media shit to try to piss Tank off. So Floyd's also guilty in this too, because he's probably training Devin Haney 1 or 2 days, but then he puts it out there on social media, like if he is now taking Devin Haney under his wing. So Floyd's guilty also.
Well, I mean, look, sometimes, bro, incentive is everything. Sometimes incentive is everything. So maybe it could be a message too. Maybe it's not so petty. It could be a message. It could be petty shit because Floyd is on that bullshit. I ain't gonna put that past him. But it could be a message too. Get your act together, and maybe you can be in the ring over here. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Like Tank's problem is within. We can blame Floyd and Ellaby, but so much. We can definitely blame them for his career path for not putting them in the right fights. But is it not a promoter's job to put you in the fights that he think is a good matchup for you? If they see your little fat ass discipline and going to the gym and practicing on your craft like you want to, but they still want to make money off of you, then they ain't gonna put your little fat ass in the ring with a Teofimo or Devin Haney or Ryan because they see that you're not doing the things you're supposed to be doing to be able to beat them.
But I mean, I'm just gonna put it like this, man, because he kind of got spoiled earlier on in his career. As soon as they signed Tank, they had that gem of a prospect, and they could put him on the front lines and have him fight guys like Pedraza, and they can use his marketability to basically use them as their main guy. I mean, compare that to a guy like a Floyd. He was not necessarily rushed into stardom. He had to. He was kind of on the back burner of Top Rank, just a guy they signed, and he actually had to work his way up to stardom, whereas they're trying to rush him into pay-per-views with guys who are 2 weight classes below him.
Yeah.
It's a much different upbringing with Floyd.
Yeah, that's a fact. But, Tank Davis, I think the fact that, he's 24 years old, and this is what I say about Tank Davis. I didn't mean to do that. But this is what I say about Tank Davis. He has time. Tank Davis has time to change things, to turn things around. He's only 24. He's only 24 years old, so it's not too late. This is not like a Deontay Wilder situation where he's, running out of time to change but so much. Tank has plenty of time. Look, if he knuckled down, let's think about this, guys. He's 24 years old. So let's say Tank had a revelation like Errol Spencer, said, you know what? I need to start honing on my skills, keeping myself in shape, get in the gym, study film, blase, this, that, and the third. We know Tank has talent. Anybody that says he doesn't have talent, you're lying to yourself. Anybody that says he doesn't have potential, you're lying to yourself. We know Tank has these things. So let's say he decided to knuckle down right now, put down, as Tim say, the cheeseburgers, stay out of the club and get into the free sign. You can't tell me that a fighter like Tank Davis couldn't be something special because he's only 24, which means in 3 years' time, if he knuckled down like that, in 3 years' time, he'd be 27. He could be a very, very dominant fighter. But will he do that? That's the question.
I like Tank at 130. If he can really, get into good shape and really maintain his body and perfect his craft at 130, I like him.
It takes work, though. It takes work, and
it takes work.
That's the thing. Will he put in the work? Will he do that? Will he do what it takes? That's the problem that people have with Tank. That's the question that people have with Tank, and that's the heat that I give to Tank because he's not doing these things. I don't want to hear about no fucking potential. As long as you sitting here fucking up outside of the ring, smacking up broads and choking broads and getting drunk and crashing bikes and all of this type of stuff, as long as you're doing that, you're just blowing all of this talent and potential you have. And I'm not going to praise that. I'm not going to sit here and praise that. That's why I'm no Tank Davis fan, because to me, you're ruining it. That's what you're doing. You're ruining it. You're not going to get praise from me for that.
I thought he should have took the Tevin Farmer fight. I thought that fight should have happened.
Oh,
he should have pushed for that fight.
For sure. Especially when, and Smoke don't like to hear this because he always say we don't know. Well, especially when allegedly they sent an offer for more money than the offer that was allegedly sent to Farmer. You know what I mean? They allegedly sent Tank more money to fight Farmer than Ellerby and them sent for Farmer to fight Tank.
That's not even allegedly. That's just assuming. That's nobody alleges that. Nobody alleges that it was more. Like you just say one guy sent one guy one amount, and you didn't know how much the other guy was making. The other guy sent a guy one amount, and you didn't know how much the other guy was making.
Smoke. It's allegedly because you sit up here all the time and you go against that. But a lot of people say it. A lot of channels, a lot of people that's knowledgeable about the sport. That's why I said before you even come in, allegedly. We can say allegedly. It's allegedly. Because that's what people say. That's what people say, Smoke. Whether you believe it or not.
No, they do say it, but people do say that, but they say that with a glaring example. Really, what all they're saying is $5 million is a bigger number than $2 million, and I agree with that. $5 million is a bigger number than $2 million. But the thing is, it just does. The problem is you don't know what the other guy's making in either one of those deals. So you don't know that Tank is not making $5 million. Off the Tevin Farmer deal, and you don't know that Tevin Farmer isn't making more than $2 million off the $5 million offer. That's the problem.
You know what you do know? You know what you do know? That $5 million offer is more than a $2 million offer. You do know that much. And that's a fact.
I know that $5 million is a bigger number than a $2 million offer. The problem is they didn't give all the values for either offer, so you don't know which number. If the $5 million offer was bigger or smaller than the $2 million offer, the actual offers could be the same. We don't know,
but they could be different.
They could also be different. That's my point. That's what I'm saying. It's an assumption. It's not an alleged. It's an assumption.
It's still alleged, but for all the information that we have, all the information.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say it's a jumping to a conclusion. But whatever, it's cool. It's cool. Listen, my issue isn't even about the money. Like
there you go. I can say my piece. For all the information that we have, it was a bigger offer. Like you can't stop me from saying that. Because that's a fact.
Right. Well, I mean, no, this just has a bigger number on it. You actually can't say anything about the offer because there's two glaring values missing from the offers. What the other guy is making actually impacts the value of the offer. That it does. And since they didn't tell you what the other guy's making, you don't know what the actual value of the offers are.
I hear you. And again, you don't have to accept it. But we can say this.
Cool. I got it.
Hey, all of the channels that report on sports, like us, myself, Ring IQ, Mark, Unbiased, who's just in here, IBFP, we can all say.
Can I say something, D?
Hold on, real quick. We can all say, we can say this, Smoke. You don't have to accept it. You don't have to agree with it.
No.
But we can say that. It's not
you definitely. There's a freedom of speech, whatever the hell it is. None of us are infallible. I could be wrong. You could be wrong. I'm just following, I'm just following it through mathematics, right? There's a value X and a value Y, and since both of those are unknown values, can't say what the hell the offer is. That's it.
Also, wait, real quick, D, because also we know the format of the offer, right? We know that Tank was offering a pay-per-view where the other guy was which is pay-per-view is money you could potentially make when Tank at that point was only he didn't even break $1 million on Showtime, where the pay-per-view fight would have been versus definite money that was being offered.
Guaranteed money.
So we know there's guaranteed money, and then we know there's money that you could hope and dream to make in a pay-per-view. So the guaranteed money, which to me would be the better offer.
Well, right. So now, right. And there's go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
Okay, so I know you guys got into the money, but I bring up the Tevin Farmer fight, and I love when Unbiased comes on and you get the smoke because you guys go so deep into detail. But I just stay on the surface, and I know that Tevin Farmer fight would have been huge for Tank. I know he's a big star now, but look at all the shine that JoJo Diaz got from that night and from right now. Like that shine and that belt should be Tank's belt and Tank shine, but he passed on it, you know. And
It would have been an easy
I
night.
think that Tank should have took that fight because I thought he could have won that fight.
He would have won that fight.
Right. So the issue there is Tank was going to fight Abner Maris, right? But then got a detached retina. Abner Maris would have given him more shine than Tevin Farmer. Just getting away from the money, like Tevin Farmer, like nobody was picking Tevin Farmer to win or even for that fight to be competitive. The only reason why the Tevin Farmer thing came up was because of the size of the offer, the money on the offer, and the fact that people wanted Tank to fight better opposition than he was. That's really the only reason it was the Tevin Farmer comes up.
But he was making noise. He was a champion, and he was making noise on the zone. So he had momentum. Tevin Farmer had momentum at that time.
And I'm not agreeing that Abner Maris brings a more shine. Go ahead,
I was going to say,
I don't think so neither.
I don't think anybody would say Abner Maris or Leo Santa Cruz or Tevin Farmer are going to be competitive fights for Gervonta Davis. I think he's going to knock all of those guys out pretty comfortably. But the easier fight, in my opinion, and Abner Maris doesn't come with the belt.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But the point was about shine, right? The issue was about shine, and the issue was Abner Maris.
I said and the belt.
Let him talk, Black and Brown, please.
I was making a point just to when it comes to Tevin Farmer. Like Tevin Farmer, sure, he brought a belt, cool, unification, it knocked itself out. And I'm not saying that Tevin Farmer is a bad fighter or anything like that. I was just talking about what was going on in that moment. In that moment, they were trying to make a fight with Abner Maris, who is a much more respected fighter with a much deeper resume than Tevin Farmer.
Okay, so again, Smoke does this all the time. I don't put this in the belts. I don't put all that in the belts like you do. But most of the boxing world does, Smoke. So personally, you don't put all of this bullshit in the belts. We get that. But you're not going to sit up here and tell us going to win a fucking belt from Tevin Farmer, he gets less shine than fighting the Abner Maris. That is complete, utter bullshit, bro. And I'm not agreeing.
Especially when Abner Maris.
There are there's unifications like on free TV. Like there's all kinds of unifications that people don't. Listen, Abner Maris is actually an accomplished fighter. Right, like it's not just a sanctioning body that has pointed to him and say you need to watch him. He's actually proven over a lifetime, over a career, that he is a legitimate fighter. It's not just for belt. It's not just belt stuff.
Right.
I mean, I got it. They're all. Listen, I get it. I get you. So is Leo Santa Cruz.
Right, exactly. And those are the fights that nobody wanted to see Tank actually fight. The fights you're talking about, nobody wanted to see them fight. Because
okay, you keep saying that nobody wanted to see them.
Just let me finish.
Farmer either.
Just let me finish.
Let people finish.
No, sorry. I'm having technical issues. I'm sorry, dude. Go ahead.
Okay, Leo and Abner Maris are, in my opinion, too small for Tank. Whereas Tevin Farmer is actually the same size, and it's more. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that competitive. I think Tank knocks him out, but I mean, those small guys moving up, I think Tank knocks those guys out even easier because they're significantly smaller than him.
Right. I wasn't making it. I wasn't making an issue about relative competitiveness. Because really Tank is favored to win all of those fights, right? In my mind, I think he should be winning all those fights by stoppage. So it's not really about who's more competitive than the next guy. We're really just talking about the shine aspect of it, right? Because he said about the shine that he missed out of a fight in Tevin Farmer. That's all. That was the only point of his comment that I was addressing.
Okay, and also I said, well, hold on, D. I said also the belt. Okay, so that's what I said. I said the shine and the belt. But let's add in the money. Let's add in the platform. Abner Maris brought nothing to the table. So I don't think, like Unbiased just said, nobody cared to see that fight. Everything favored the Farmer fight. The popularity, the shine, the money, the belt, it all favored The people wanted the Farmer fight. Everything.
Okay, so
the Farmer fight.
Smoke.
Okay, so
bro, let the man finish, and then
I thought he was finished. I thought he was finished. I thought he was finished. Yeah.
You pause all the fucking time, and I think you finished. But I wasn't finished. So,
but he just said he was finished. He just said he was finished. Okay, right. So, like I said, I'm not. Apparently, I'm talking to people who actually wanted to see the Tevin Farmer fight. I didn't.
Yeah.
So this whole idea about people wanted to see this and people didn't want to see that, like, you know, whatever. I don't think that people were interested in any of those fights. People wanted to see him fight Loma or Burchell. But really, these are just all stand-ins. All I'm saying was when it came to the Tevin Farmer shine, that's all I was making a point to. And I get you guys to talk about platforms and all this stuff. I don't know that DAZN is a bigger platform than Showtime in the United States. I don't know which is where these guys are fighting. I'm positive that Tevin Farmer doesn't bring more prestige to your resume than Abner Mares. Like, I know that for a fact. So I don't really understand, like, the money. We can guess on the money aspects, but as far as the platform is concerned, and especially at that time when the offer was made, like, no, it's not more shine going to Tevin Farmer. The only thing you can put on there is the unification, and possibly it was more money.
Well, it was definitely more money, because let's be real, Tevin Farmer versus Tank is not in itself a pay-per-view fight. Nobody's really going to pay for that.
Yeah,
like, it's just not. So potentially, and hoping and wishing that you could make, I don't know, $5 million a piece.
Right, but all you're doing is potentially hoping and wishing that they weren't.
Go ahead, unbiased. Goddamn.
I'm just saying, like, potentially hoping and wishing that you can make a certain amount of money versus actually just getting that certain amount of money indefinitely.
Okay, Smoke. Now though.
Oh, I just said, like, you know, you're just hoping that he's not going to make it. All this is again an assumption about the money that you don't know about the money. You can keep saying it is one way, and know it's one way, but we literally don't know that.
Okay,
but we actually literally don't know.
Can I reply to what he just said?
Real quick though. Everybody letting Smoke continue to say something, and I think that, like, I think it should be spoken. And this is the part about Tevin the shine. Like, I'm not letting this go, bro. Tevin Farmer in no way, no shape, no form or fashion was less shine than Abner Mares, bro. You need to stop that, because when we talk about Abner Mares' name or whatever, Tank Davis would have also been crucified for the fact that this guy was coming up in weight classes, and people was tired of seeing that. So he's not going to get all of this for this fucking shine that you're talking about for fighting a smaller guy versus fighting a freaking champion in his weight class. You're getting a belt. So for legacy, for people around, it doesn't matter that you didn't want to see the fight, Smoke. It doesn't matter that you don't care about belt, Smoke. Most of the people in this sport that watch this sport do care about the belts. They do care that he was coming up from a weight class, and they've been tired of seeing Tank fight. So stop saying that he would have gotten more shine. And I'm not going to let everybody keep glossing over that and talk about money, because you keep saying that bullshit, Smoke.
And I just want to go back to, like,
but before you jump on, he just said something to me. So let me just say something to you. Let me just respond to what he just said. Right? Listen. I'm not saying the belts don't matter. There's been a proliferation of sanctioning bodies and a proliferation of belts in modern times, right? What has always been the case is who you fought and when you fought them. And actually the number of championship rounds you have, like the number of unification, all that stuff. All the things that you actually have traditionally used to measure a fighter's greatness and his legitimacy, Abner Mares has. Tevin Farmer does not. What Tevin Farmer has is a belt. That's what he has. That's it.
Okay, so can I go?
So that wouldn't have been championship rounds. Fighting a fucking champion and Tevin Farmer wouldn't have been championship rounds.
See, fighting Abner Mares was championship rounds.
Hold up. Would that not have been championship rounds, Smoke? You can say yes or no. You can say this, yes or no. If he was fighting a champion, hold on, and Tevin Farmer, would that have not been championship rounds? Get this, Smoke. Yes or no?
Tank was a champion. All of his rounds are championship rounds.
Okay, was Farmer a champion?
Yes, Tank was a champion.
Whoa, Was Farmer?
Yes, he was a champion. He would have to be a champion for there to be a unification. It was a unification, man. He would have to be. They both would have to be champions.
Was Abner
They
Morris?
both.
Was he?
Abner Morris was not a champion. He wasn't even at. He didn't ever fight at 130. He wasn't even at 130.
Great point. Great point. That's all I wanted. Great point, Smoke. But what was you saying about it?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, fuck. Now you guys made me forget what I was gonna say, but it'll come back to me. It'll come back.
Yeah. No,
Yo, what's up? What's up, guys?
Right in the building. You've been sitting there nice and quiet. My bad, dog. What's good with you?
No, it's all good. That's what I do. Hey, first of all, we gotta say what is shine. Shine is basically what people want to see, right? Like even the casuals.
That's
something that's. All right, no, that's what it is. Unless Smoke has something totally different. But as far as do you guys remember when Tank and Tevin Farmer had those videos where they were beefing it and they don't like each other?
Yes.
That would be big time controversial fucking showdown and the press conferences. So that'll be way more shine than Abner Matters.
People were actually.
That's actually not how I put shine as either respect and popularity, right?
Look at JoJo Diaz shine ever since that fight.
Yeah, but nobody would give him credit for the win in the first place. So how is it shine? People would actually sit on that win.
Okay, so here's the thing. You guys miss JoJo Diaz. Like JoJo Diaz has all this shine now. JoJo Diaz beat Tevin Farmer. And yeah, I mean, he stole the night from Andrade Keeler, but outside of that, like
he got hella shine.
Hey, Smoke.
I mean, if this is hella shine, then cool. Yeah. I mean, I got you. But
Smoke, if you're going by popular, I think Tevin and Gervonta Davis would be a more popular fight than against Abner Mares, because those fools hate each other. You got to know that they really don't like each other, and at the press conference would have been lit, dude.
Hey guys, how much shine did Errol?
Sorry.
Let me ask this question: how much shine did Errol Spence get for beating up Mikey Garcia? Did he get a bunch of shine for that?
We're shitting on him.
Did he get a bunch of shine though?
No.
Yeah,
it worked against him
because he was coming up in weight, and people didn't really want that.
How about that Loma versus Rigondeaux?
Right. Well, Tank Davis. Right. That's another example. Well, Tank Davis had been fighting guys coming up in weight, and people were already tired of his little fat ass doing that. But you're trying to sit here and convince us that would have been much more shine, or not much more, but more shine than a Farmer fight for a fucking belt unification.
Hey, listen, if you guys think that if your definition of not getting shine is Mikey Garcia and Spence doing pay-per-view together and damn near packing out Dallas Stadium, then okay, great. That I guess you have your own definition of shine. But I think you guys are in crazy land right now. But whatever.
I mean, look, I'll say this. Mikey was undefeated, whereas Abner Mares got stretched by Johnny Gonzalez and took losses. And so nobody's actually sitting here and like, okay, this will be a good fight for Tank, especially because he's significantly smaller. But I want to go around and ask you guys on the panel, how much do you think that our Abner Mares and Tank Davis pay-per-view would actually sell? Because get the smoke, when I said that Leo versus Tank would sell at least 300K, you disagreed with me and said that it wouldn't even get to that number. So if you are saying that about Leo, then Abner Mares must be significantly lower.
Yeah, I don't think any of those fights are pay-per-view. I don't think Tank has a pay-per-view fight in him. I mean, you may think that, but I don't.
I'm glad you just said that. So now can we get back to the point where I said I would take indefinite money versus wishing and hoping with pay-per-view money, like you were saying?
Right, but you're talking about whether or not one fight is better financially, not whether or not one, like literally, you're saying which one is more wise to take, not which one actually is a higher dollar value.
But you agree.
Right, one is a safer bet. One is a safer bet.
You agree with
one? No, I agree that taking guaranteed money is always a safer bet. That's why it's in place for. That's why they make guarantees.
Exactly.
Let's put something in perspective. So, Smoke, when it comes to the money, which you just agree with unbiased, when it comes to that aspect of it, you guys agree on that. When it comes to the fact of unifying a fucking belt, when it comes to the fact that Abner Mares is a guy coming up in weight, when it comes to the fact that the platform situation that Black and Brown talked about, when it comes to all of these factors, we don't know what the fuck shine is. This is what you're telling us? Because
first off, your platform thing is still wrong.
Hold up, because all of these factors that we're giving you, we don't get it. This is what you're telling us. We just don't get it.
Yeah, you just don't get it. If you're talking about Mike, if you're talking about Spence, if you're saying that Spence actually shouldn't have taken the Mikey Garcia fight because that lacked shine, I don't know. You guys are like, no, he didn't get shine from it. Are you crazy? You guys sound retarded right now. Okay, if that's what you're saying, that he didn't get shine, then yes, exactly what you're saying is the case. But like all of a sudden, the Zone is a bigger platform than Showtime. It's not. No. All of a sudden, just because one deal is a bigger, let me hold on. Just because a guarantee might be a safer option to go doesn't mean it's a better offer. Like I get that you guys can have points, but your conclusions are all off based on the minute points that you're making.
Okay.
Hold on. Okay, so let me ask you this. So you're talking about popularity. What fight would you rather see? Tank versus fucking what's his name? Farmer?
We have
for
points
unification or against
okay. I'll answer your question. It's literally 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other for real. But now I'd like to ask you, who are Tevin Farmer's top 3 best wins? Not even best wins, best opponents.
Yeah, obviously, but unfortunately, that's not what the subject is. The subject is what's more popular fight, right? That unfortunately, that's not what the subject is. No, I
got it. I just answered your question. No, listen. I answered your question straight up. I answered your question straight up. No, hold up. Don't deflect. I answered your question straight up. No, hold up. I answered your question straight up. Now answer my question straight up. Who has it? I said it's 6 on one hand, half a dozen on the other when it comes to the popularity of the fight.
So
it's the same. It's the same. It's exactly the same. There's no difference between the two. They're functionally the same thing.
Nah. Yeah, man. You're.
Hey, can I?
Okay, now that you have my answer, Can you answer my question? Who is Tevin Farmer's best 3 wins and put them under? Forget even best 3 wins, best 3 opponents, and put those against Abner Morris's best 3 wins.
That has nothing to do with anything.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Smoke, really quick.
Tell me why.
Hold on, Smoke. You brought up a second ago the platform, right? Because I brought the platform up. So you said, I'm not going to accept you telling me that the Zone is a bigger platform than Showtime. But I didn't say that. When I bring up the platform, I mean the Zone being involved, period. And the Zone is promoting the shit out of Tevin Farmer. That's how most people today even know who Tevin Farmer is. So that's when I bring up the platform, because the Zone is going to be involved. And then that's why it makes Tevin Farmer's last 3 opponents irrelevant, because the Zone is promoting the shit out of him, which is making him a bigger name, which is promoting the fight more, no matter if it happens on Showtime or the Zone's still going to be involved. So when I bring up the platform, that's what I mean. Not comparing the two like one is bigger, just having the Zone being involved, period, is going to make the fight that much bigger.
Right? How is the Zone being involved make the fight bigger than it would be if it was on Showtime? I don't get what your point is.
I'll tell you easily, because the promotion. Because the promotion, they running promos.
But that doesn't. But their promos. Okay. Audience. What huge audience? Where's the Zone promos going? The Zone promo. I've seen 2 the Zone promos. One for Canelo and one for AJ.
Because
what is this promo you're talking about?
Because you don't subscribe to the Zone. That's why.
Exactly. That's not a promo. Okay. Well, so wait a minute. You're telling me I have to subscribe to the Zone in order to get the Zone's promos? Like that's not promotion.
Well, you can easily.
I'm already subscribing. Like all it is preaching to the choir. Like
channel's free.
Okay, great. So I gotta go. So what you're telling me is the Zone's YouTube free promotion is better than Showtime's promotion. That's what you're telling me right now.
No. I'm not saying that. I never compared them. I simply said that because Tevin Farmer has the Zone backing him, it makes him a bigger name. It makes the fight bigger. That's all I'm saying. The Zone being
bigger than who? I'm saying. Are you saying that? Okay. So are you saying that the PBC or somebody else, it doesn't promote Abner Maris? Like I'm totally missing. Like what?
Hold on.
Yes, exactly.
Hold on, Black and Brown. Hold on for a second, dog. Smoke. The man is saying, and it's clear, bro. all of this back and forth is silly. He's clearly saying because the zone is back in Tevin Farmer, that fight's going to be more popular than a fight with Abner Morris. Period.
Can I just make one quick?
Okay, all right. So okay, so let's
hold the fuck up, bro. Let somebody else at least get a comment.
Knock it out. Knock it out. Go ahead. Knock it out. I got it. Go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Hold on, Raider. Let me just hold on, Raider.
Raider, chill. One at a time. It's out of control. Let them buy.
Because I was just gonna say, man. Smoke agreed with me when I just asked him about how much he actually thinks that the money, would be able to make with Tank and Abner Morris. So if he agrees with me in that stance, I don't see how he could then turn around and say that he shouldn't have taken the offer from Tevin. It's clear he should. It would have been more beneficial because we know everybody, including you, Smoke, thinks that fight's not a pay-per-view and it wouldn't make as much money. So why wouldn't you take guaranteed money, a belt, and we all know he's going to stop Tevin. So it would have been easy money. Plus you get a belt, and then you get to be announced as unified. That's the thing.
Okay, bro.
I don't understand.
Okay, again, I've said this a million times. What I said was we don't know which offer was the more offer. You didn't ask me which one was the safer bet. That's what I said. The thing I agree with you on is what is the safer bet. That is a completely different thing than saying that one offer is more than the other. I don't know which one is more than the other, and neither do you. Okay, so I wish you'd stop trying to. Let me finish. I listened to you do your whole thing. So now I'm going to go through all your points. Right. First off, I never said that one offer was going to be more than the other. So no matter how you try to spin it, that is just your assessment, and it's an assumption. Cool. Have your assumption. We can all have educated guesses or really ignorant guesses, but whatever. That we do what we do. When it comes to the belt, yes, it would have been a unification. No doubt. Cool. Unification. Outside of that, what? That's all I'm saying. Like, to me, it still remains the case that Abner Morris is a much more accomplished boxer than Tevin Farmer.
Okay, now can I rebuttal that? Okay, cool. Abner Morris is not a more accomplished boxer at 130 because, first of all, he never even fought there, so it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm just saying. So, and on top of that, I literally asked you and everybody on the panel, and you said that is not a pay-per-view and it would do significantly lower than what you predicted that Leo Santa Cruz would do, because I just asked you. So if it's not going to do that amount of numbers, we could all say it most likely is not going to make more than 4 million. That's just a guess, but we know that you have to sell a lot of pay-per-views in order to get a lot of money. And if we all think it's not a pay-per-view and it won't be successful, then why wouldn't you take the actual guaranteed money? So, but now you're saying that we're just guessing and you don't agree with my assessment, but you do. You just don't want to admit it now. But it's cool.
No, it has nothing to do with my desire to admit anything. It is literally just the facts of the matter. The facts of the matter are there's unknown values in both guys' offers. And since there's unknown values, I'm just pointing out the fact that I don't know. Now, if you want to ask me about what I assume, from my own personal perspective, what I think would be happening, no, I don't think that pay-per-view would do very well. However, I still don't know, even if it didn't do very well, how much money they would garner from it. I don't know. Let me
talk now real quick. Hey, hold on. Let me talk now real quick.
Chill out. Let me get Smoke. Hold on for a second, because you like to dominate the conversation. Guido been on here, Smoke, the whole time and ain't said one goddamn word. Raider been trying to get in for like the last 10 minutes. So let me allow these guys to at least speak on this, Smoke. Okay? Everybody's going to be coming at you, Smoke, because no fucking body agrees with you. But just because everybody's coming at you, you're going to have to let other people slide in a comment or two, Smoke. You got to. Really, dog. Okay, so you can't.
Oh, it's all me. It's my fault.
No,
it's all my fault.
No, listen. I ain't blaming only you. I'm just saying, anytime a bias says something or black and brown, if they come back and forth to you, you want to keep responding to everything they say without letting somebody else get a word in. So I'm telling you, you're the opposition here. So you're gonna have to hear from like 2 or 3 people, then speak.
No, I got you. But you know, it's not just me that when you go back and forth, you want to respond.
I just said that, but I'm saying you're the only opposition at this point. So let me get.
Okay, cool. I got you. I got it. All right, I'm good. I got a tough skin. You guys cook. Go ahead.
Thank you, Raider. I know you were trying to speak for like the last 10 minutes.
Hey, so check this out, man. Like, Smoke, you're assuming whatever you think is right. I'm assuming whatever I think is right. We're assuming what everybody thinks is popular. Let's just fucking ask everybody in the chat. Simple as that. What's more popular fight? And that's it.
King Smoke, I got a quick question for you.
It's fucking simple. It's not. We're assuming what everybody wants. Let's just ask them.
We'll do that. We'll do that, Raider. Guido, go ahead and ask your question real quick. But before Guido asks,
King Smoke.
Hold on.
What fight you think sells more?
All right, whatever.
Leo Santa Cruz versus Tank, or Tank versus Tevin Farmer?
All right, hold on, Smoke. Hold on. Everybody in the chat, put in the chat which fight you guys thought was more popular, and then Smoke, you can answer Guido's question. Go ahead.
Well, you know, Guido, you pose a very good question, and usually I like to use like sort of empirical data for stuff like this, like, you know, how many views a fighter got versus, you know, and also maybe how many people showed up to watch him fight, all that kind of stuff, right? So the issue is none of Tevin Farmer's numbers are published, so I don't know how many people actually tune in to watch his fights. You can see how many people show up, but he also is not really even, you know, he shows up as an undercard a bunch. I'll just put it that way. Yeah, I think this whole idea about Tevin Farmer's popularity is like grossly exaggerated, and the numbers don't actually back it up.
Yo, can I say something? Okay, go ahead, Guido.
No, right. And I also feel, for me, in my opinion, I feel like the fight with Leo Santa Cruz is a better fight than Tevin Farmer. He is white because you got the Mexican fans behind him. He had the whole country behind him. You feel me? So it's going to sell on pay-per-view. Believe it or not. It's going to sell. That shit is going to sell.
So yeah, we were talking about, I think, hey, Guido, what's up? Guido's Black and Brown. We were talking before all this, before the Leo Santa Cruz fight, when he was still available to take the Tevin Farmer fight. And then the Tevin Farmer fight didn't happen. And then Tevin Farmer fought Jojo Diaz. And now here we sit today with Jojo Diaz a champion at 130, and Tank don't got no belt.
Yo, can I just get at Smoke real quick? Because I mean, he just said some good stuff. I'm glad he said, because he says he goes by empirical data. Okay, so by your empirical data, you summarize that Tank and none of those fights are all pay-per-view. None of them, right? You said that. Actually, you just said that on this show.
Yeah, no, I don't think there's a pay-per-view fight at lightweight. Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna have a Brit in it and you have it in the UK.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, cool. So none of those fights are pay-per-view, right? So he'd be actually taking the chance with pay-per-views instead of just taking the money that is indefinite with DAZN, right? And we're all just going, we don't know, like you said, how much Tevin would make from Tank's offer, but by your own empirical data, won't be much because it's not a good pay-per-view. By your own empirical data or your own sentiment that you just stated. So if you're going by what you just said, none of those are pay-per-view, it would only make logical sense to take that offer from DAZN.
Okay, so we can keep going and dancing around this whole thing. I already said, when it comes to, if you just want to say what the safer bet is, the safer bet would be guaranteed money. That is the actual purpose of guaranteed money, is to make sure that you have at least, at least a baseline that you can expect to earn. I got that. Now the question is whether or not it's a more lucrative offer.
Okay.
I don't know that it's a more lucrative offer. It is a safer bet.
But Smoke, you just said that you yourself don't think none of those are pay-per-views, as in it won't be as successful. So if that's the case, then you agree with us in the sentiment that Tank should have just took that money and went and knocked.
No, you know what? Okay, so here's the your pro factor. I get what your issue is. So I'll tell you where you're going wrong with your assumption. You're assuming that just because it is a bad pay-per-view, they can't leverage $5 million out of it for Tank.
So you think he'll make $5 million?
What was the popular vote for the popular fight?
I didn't really get a bunch of votes. You guys put in the chat who you think the most popular fight was. Tank versus Abner.
They all said Farmer. They all said Farmer.
I didn't. I saw maybe one Mares out of all of them.
They all said Farmer. Yeah. No, but we're all of us up here are just basing things on our opinions. And first of all, we all agree that it's not a pay-per-view fight. So I don't believe that it could even.
Hey, but hey, I'm biased. The trippy thing is that we're the ones that watch the fights.
I missed it.
The issue, but the issue is they don't tell us how fights are monetized, so we don't actually know how much these guys are making off a fight. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying to you, Raider. Because it just assumes. Listen, the only reason why I talked about it because it was brought up. That's all. But here's the thing. Remember when Luis Ortiz got that offer from Eddie Hearn, and they're like, the manager was like, yeah, there's a clause for matching funds. Like whatever offer you get, you have to at least match that. Who knows if Tank has something like that? I don't know. I that's what I'm saying. When it comes to these contracts and what they're supposed to be making, I don't know. I can assume certain things and I can agree about certain things, but then there's certain things where I go, you know what? I actually don't know about that.
I mean, if we don't know, then we shouldn't use them as arguments.
That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that we can assume certain things, and then we can also just say about the other things we don't know, and that's all I'm doing.
Hey, but we don't care about how much these fools be making. We're talking about specific shine. That's it.
And belts, and actual belts, and title holders, and all that.
I know what Smoke does. See, he's saying
it was brought up before.
He's saying I'm going around the circles and saying that I'm just assuming, but he's agreeing with me but he wants to summarize it.
I'm agreeing with your assumption.
Hold on.
But I'm just
exactly. So if you're agreeing with my assumptions, right, and you just want to summarize it and say it's a safe bet, then if you're doing that, then you are actually coexisting with my way of thinking and saying that he should have took the money, but you don't want to actually say that because that will go against your initial point of don't know what.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do with my point.
Cool, and I understand that. It's cool though.
But that's not what's happening. Listen, I don't go off my assumptions. I can agree that about our assumptions. I definitely can. But apparently, you don't actually take into account about your ignorance. You just go off your assumptions and say, yes, I'm ignorant about all this stuff, but I'm going to make a decision about it anyway. Me, I'm not going to make those kinds of decisions based on those glaring factors that I don't know. I cannot say that he should have done this or he should have done that with these kinds of pieces of information missing.
Okay.
Yeah, but then that's when you go to.
Hold on.
Go ahead, D.
My turn. I've been waiting patiently. My turn. Because I always say things like I listen. I sit back and I do try, guys. I try a lot to listen. But Smoke, man, bro, you are difficult in a way that people just don't understand, bro. You can't. Okay, when you agree to certain things that Unbiased said. Basically, it sounds like to me, you're agreeing to all the things that leads us to believe that this fucking fight would be better in every way, more shine, more. You agree to a lot of these things that leads us to believe this, but since there's a couple of things you don't know, you don't want to accept that. See, the rest of us will, because we put 2 and 2 together, and goddamn it equals 4. But to you, it's 2 and 2.95, and because you don't have that 0.95, you can't make that assessment. That's basically what the fuck you're telling us right now, dog.
Smoke thinks like the lawyer. Smoke thinks like the lawyer. Like, hey, what's 2 plus 2? And everybody says 4, and Smoke be like, somewhere between 3 and 5.
He's a wordsmith. He's a wordsmith.
Listen, okay.
He's a wordsmith.
I'm with it. No, I mean, you guys want to make definitive statements about stuff that I don't know about. Now, if you want to talk about things that I assume, then great. We can all assume shit till the cows come home. But if you want to start making definitive statements based on assumptions, yeah, you missed me with that. Sorry.
Bro,
now, I'm not going there with you guys. Now, go there all you want. I'm not going there with you guys.
I want to ask everybody a question. I want to ask everybody.
Stretching the truth. Those are all lawyer tactics.
He doesn't want to go there. He'll only take assumptions when it comes to Al Heyman. Apparently,
Nah,
that's what I'm noticing. But it's all good,
but
man.
it's like I said,
Well, then
it's a slick thing, guys, because it's like, you know, we all can agree that there's a 0.5 missing. Like, you know what I mean? But God damn it, if we have, you know, if it's only 400 and we have 395 pieces of the evidence, man, those little 5 pieces that's left is not gonna fucking deter me from thinking.
Well, we're all just talking about our
Okay,
opinion
so
anyway.
how about this? How about this as an analogy, D? If you're swimming to Hawaii, right? It doesn't matter if you get 25% there, 50% there, or 95% there. If all you do is drown, either you make it all the way or you don't.
No, that's a bad analogy.
Yeah,
okay, but look,
no, it isn't. Like that's the thing. Like what you're asking for is the facts of the matter, and the facts of the matter we don't know. So now you're going to assume a bunch of stuff. Great,
Hey,
assume a bunch of stuff, but the facts are absolute. Facts are absolute. They're not about assumptions and beliefs and all this other stuff.
DJ, can I come in now? He's right. Facts are absolute. So let's stop talking about the money, because when it comes to the money in the contracts, all we're doing is assuming. So let's talk about the facts. The facts is that JoJo Diaz took that belt from Tevin Farmer that night, and Tank Davis could be sitting here at champion at 130, but instead he didn't take that fight, and JoJo Diaz took the fight, and now JoJo Diaz is sitting there as a champion at 130. Those are facts.
Yeah, and
but it wasn't Tank versus JoJo Diaz. That whole Tank thing, that whole Tevin Farmer thing was like a year and a half ago.
What I'm saying is he has.
Yeah, I know, but it was a while ago. I'm saying that Tevin Farmer has fought several times since then.
Since when? No, he hasn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay. Since the offer was made. Since the offer was made. No, he made that offer like 4 fights ago.
Your Farmer has.
What I'm saying is.
But
what I'm saying is though. Go ahead, D. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, that doesn't change Black and Brown's point. Smoke, kill that bullshit. Yeah, it was fights in between. His point was Tank would have the fucking belt. I don't give a fuck if he would have had it 3 fights ago or if he would have had a goddamn fight. He would have had the goddamn belt. So see, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. We ain't gonna go back around and hold on, don't even do it, Smoke. We're not gonna sit here and go around in no fucking circles about when the belt was given and all of that and the fights in between. We ain't gonna start that. The facts are he would have had the goddamn belt. That's what he's trying to say. And that, my friend, is a fact.
Yeah,
also,
you know
okay,
what?
so we don't disagree. Okay, we all can agree that it was a unification.
Another fact is what Raiders said.
Okay, go ahead.
All the Twitter beef, all that them fools having confrontations at one of the fights, that shit all happened. So Tank participated in all that too. So the hype around the fight was there. The belt was there. We don't want to bring up the money. We don't have to, but a lot of factual shit, that fight made sense for Tank Davis. And now that we look back afterwards we look back, JoJo Diaz is sitting here as champion and Tank is not.
Look what Prime Fight Champion said. He said JoJo took Tank's belt from Tevin.
He did. That's easy. That's a fact.
Right. And here's the thing. Here's also.
Go ahead, Smoke.
I mean, listen. When it comes to the unification, I'm with you. It's a unification. I think it's an okay unification. It's a decent one. I mean, Tevin Farmer is an okay fighter. It's better now than it was at the time. But that's the reason why I brought up how many fights he's had in between, because we're talking about shine. The shine that he got even against the JoJo Diaz fight, which wasn't really, going into that fight, there wasn't a lot of shine on that fight. It's not like everybody, anyway, whatever. If you guys say that it's more shine than Abner Maris, that's on you. I don't know where it is you're coming from with it, but cool. This is just whatever definition you come with shine. Apparently, Tevin Farmer has it more than Abner Maris, and especially Tevin Farmer back then, like 2 years ago, a year and a half, then with 2 years ago. But okay, I'm saying Abner Maris is a much more accomplished fighter. I'm saying Abner Maris was a much more accomplished fighter, which was always just been my point.
One more thing, Smoke. One more thing. It's not all about what happened before the fight. Look what JoJo Diaz did with that fight. It's not about what was going on leading into that fight. It was the platform and the opportunity. And look what JoJo Diaz did with that opportunity. That's what it is. It's not what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, he won the fight. That's it. I mean, he fought Tevin Farmer and won.
That was it. Like a fucking great performance.
Hey,
definitely. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Jojo Diaz's performance. I think it was cool.
Go ahead, Raider. What was you gonna say?
no, what I'm saying is, my boy, like Smoke, like you're the one that said, you made an assumption saying that that fight would be more shine, and then you say, oh, what we're doing is assuming. So when you do it, it's okay, but when we're doing it, we're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So all we're doing is we're just trying to see what fight had more shine. Your specific point, and now you're bringing up okay now he was more accomplished.
Listen, like I said,
for the love of Pete, let him finish, bro. That's how
I thought he's done. He's not done.
You know what, man? Fuck it, whatever. Go ahead, Smoke. Go talk. Say what you're gonna say.
I didn't know you weren't done, Raider. Sorry, bro. I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt. Are you?
I'm
okay.
Raider, it's just a habit of his. But go ahead, Smoke.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to interrupt you at all. But yeah. So to my specific point, as I keep saying, Abner Mares was a more accomplished fighter. When I talk about shine, I was talking about to his resume. That's what I've been saying this entire time. Abner Mares is a better win than Tevin Farmer. That's my entire point has been popularity. We can figure out the popularity, and like I said, I think Abner Mares' fights actually are also more popular than Tevin Farmer's. I went to empirical data, right? I didn't go to like, hey, let's do a poll from fans. The only problem is Tevin Farmer doesn't actually release his viewership numbers. So really all you have is attendance numbers, and he's not even the headliner in a bunch of his fights recently. So what are we talking about when we talk about the shine?
We're talking about what we're talking about, and you get this, Smoke. Just don't get it.
Yeah, because it's all right. Because it's all based on feelings. It sounds like I'm trying to put numbers to this whole thing. And you guys go back to like the press conference would have been lit. Like I get you, the press conference,
but your numbers have no facts with those numbers.
Black and Brown, hold on, Smoke. We've been through all of this, bro. We are already at the end of that. And here's the facts, bro. Here's the facts of at least this is the facts of this discussion in this environment. You just don't get it. You're the uncommon one. You're the oddball. You are the weirdo because everybody in the chat gets it. Everybody who is on the panel now and who was on the panel gets it. We're all on the same queue. And you, my friend, in this instant, are the one that doesn't get it. And that's a fact. We've heard all your points. We understand what you're saying, but you don't get it.
No, it sounds like you don't get it. You've heard all my points and you don't get it.
Right.
But whatever, we can agree to. We can say that we can go around this particular carousel all day too. But okay.
Well, your only point is you trying to convince us that Abner Mares is a bigger name than Tevin Farmer, and I don't think none of us.
No, I'm not trying to convince you of anything. I'm talking about it. Like I said, I'm putting numbers on my things. I'm not trying to convince you of anything. What I would suggest you guys do is actually what I would suggest you do is actually tether your opinions to actual facts. That's all.
Hey, so here's the thing. It's like this, man. Smoke, you're right, and then we're all of us else are right. It's like the blind guy telling us that not the blind guy. It's like the color. What do you call it? The color blind guy saying that the tree is fucking gray, and we're saying it's green. That's the way it is. To him, it's gray. Yeah, he's right. But to everybody else, it's green. That's the way I look at it. Oh, you know what I mean?
Listen, the facts could not be on your side, and you could still be correct in your final analysis, right? I'm just saying I don't get the facts. The facts that you guys are presenting sound like a bunch of opinion and a bunch of speculation and a bunch of feeling. That's it. When I ask you, like, how many people show up to Tevin Farmer's fights? There's nothing. There's crickets, right? So, like, how many people? Like, when I ask you the questions about Shine, well, how many people actually purchase tickets to a Tevin Farmer fight? Right? Nobody knows. But apparently, because of the press conference, because they don't like each other, it's supposed to be more lit than the Abner Mares fight.
No,
that is basically the argument that you presented me. Okay, I mean, go ahead. Cool.
We asked who was the more popular fight in the panel and in the chat, and everybody said Farmer. Almost everybody except you.
So, right, and did anybody say how much Tevin Farmer how many people show up to Tevin Farmer's fights?
Who cares?
Exactly. So what are you basing it on? What are you basing this on?
You can't find those factual numbers.
Okay, on the actual fight. Okay.
You said it yourself. You cannot find those numbers. Those are not factual. You're asking for
So
numbers.
the broadcast numbers. No, you can find the attendance numbers. You can't find the broadcast numbers. The broadcast numbers, I said. You can't find the broadcast numbers.
Why do you have to go that deep to defend Abner Morris?
Right. Because why do I have to bring facts into it? Why do I have to bring facts into it? Is that what you're saying to me now?
You have no facts. No, those are
okay. All right. I have no facts.
Go find numbers. You're saying,
fellas, Smoke and Black and Brown. Y'all can go back and forth, but just one at a time, fellas. One at a time.
Hey, I gotta go, guys. Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Black and Brown or Smoke, whichever one of y'all.
Smoke, you're saying that you're bringing up facts, or we have to use facts, but you're asking for numbers that we can't provide, that you don't want to go provide, that you're saying go dig deep and find these numbers. Why? Why can't we just stay on the surface? Why can't we just stay on the surface and admit everyone else can admit that Tevin Farmer was a champion at 130. Tank Davis moved up to that division. Well, why not fight a champion who you obviously already have some type of thing going on with? There's some social media stuff going on with. No one is trying to convince you or argue with you that Tank Davis will not be the A side. We get that. We get that Tevin Farmer is not as big of a name as Tank Davis. We're not trying to argue that. We're trying to say that was the proper fight, and that's the fight he should have took. That's all we're saying. And for resume wise, and afterwards, look, he would have Tevin Farmer on his resume, and he'd be sitting at a champion at 130 right now. That's all. That's my only argument. All the fake facts and the fairy tales about go check these numbers and that numbers, none of that matters to me. Only the actual facts. The actual facts is that he moved up to 130, and he didn't fight a champion at 130 when he had the fight in his face. Offers coming from both sides, and that fight didn't happen.
Okay, so all right, so we can stay on the surface and simply Google Tevin Farmer attendance. We don't have to go deep into the numbers. We can literally just look it up. We don't have to go into this whole thing.
But why? Are we going to do that?
Right, because we're trying to answer a question. We're trying to.
Are you going to do the same thing for Abner Morris?
Yes, that's the whole point. How else are you going to do a comparison?
Well, I don't know, because you're not talking about that part.
God damn, like I already said, listen, I already said, okay, all right, Black and Brown, listen, I already said we can do a comparison. The only problem is with Tevin Farmer, we don't have the broadcast numbers, but we can look up the attendance and we can look at who went to the Abner Morris fights versus who went to the Tevin Farmer fights. Yeah, we can do that. Or we can be lazy as fuck, rely on our own fucking desires and say because we want to see the fight, that's what everybody wants to see.
So because
we can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We cannot simply go to Google. Like really, while you were talking, I was trying to get Google, but my phone's a little bit slow. So like while you're making your point, I was looking it up. So like really, it's not that deep in order to actually get an understanding of who is the more popular fighter, especially when the offer was made.
In my opinion, I think it is going a little extra, especially when you still can't find the numbers. You still haven't provided.
Okay, because I'm talking to you. Okay, so you mean I can't be live and find the numbers? But watch me. Now I'm gonna continue. Make your point. Watch me find it. Watch me find it. Keep going.
All right.
To me, those numbers aren't going to mean shit to me. So maybe they might mean something to somebody else.
All right. To me. I got it, dude. Because why let facts get in the way of a good opinion, right?
Hold on. I want you to find a number because they mean something to me, but I'm biased. What was you going to say?
I was just going to say, I don't know why we're even doing all that when, like, we all agreed that none of those fights would even be a pay-per-view fight. So who's more popular shouldn't matter, especially when we all agree that a pay-per-view fight, none of those fights are pay-per-view worthy. So if the other side is saying you're the A side and we'll pay you like the A side, then what's your whole point?
Yeah, we're not arguing that Tevin Farmer's a bigger name or deserves more money.
I'm biased. I'm biased. You what they call a plot killer because I was going to arrive at that, but I just wanted them to research and bring the numbers back and just say that.
No, I missed it. Sorry, I was too busy researching the numbers. Like, what was his great point? How you
research numbers and how you attach them to a certain fighter if they're not the headline. I don't see how you do that. I just don't see how you come up with them numbers and say, let's not be lazy. But what are you gonna do? Attach numbers to a undercard fighter? What are you doing?
Right, exactly. Because you guys are okay.
How do you come up with factual on point numbers to say this attendance number is tied to this fighter? How do you do that, bro?
Exactamundo. That's right. And correct. Let's do the research
and then make up
correct.
fake numbers.
I got it, because exactly. Instead of saying, hey, you know what, it's too much work, we got to delve into it. Look at it. See what you can find out. See how many undercard fights Abner Mares had. It's a comparison between Abner Mares and it's a comparison between Abner Mares and Tevin Farmer. Use what you can to make the comparison before you just go, you know what? Let me wet my finger, stick it in the air, and then go by my own personal feelings.
Not feelings, what you see on TV, what you watch, what you see play out.
Okay, but we don't. Okay, great. Okay, so great. So from your
analyzing a sport, there's no feeling, bro. Like.
Okay, so how do you analyze it? Usually the analyst comes from usually
has feelings for Tank and has to defend Tank.
Are you okay? All right, Brad Black and Brown. Sure, I've developed feelings for Tank now. Just because I introduced facts, now all of a sudden I got Tank feelings. Okay, like listen.
Smoke. I don't think you heard my point.
Hold on, guys. Y'all two are yelling and.
Yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm loud as shit. Just let me know when I'm loud too. I can't tell. Like I said, I'm on my phone, so just let me know if I'm like screaming.
Black and Brown, I want y'all two to take a break right quick because Unbiased was quietly trying to slip in the comment.
Yeah, I was just saying because I don't think Smoke heard my point, right? So again, we all said those fights are not pay-per-view worthy. The zone itself acknowledged that Tank is the A side and said we will pay you like the A side. You're the A side. So the whole point of who's the A side, even DAZN knew that. So I don't understand what the point is of that. If we all acknowledge that none of those fights are pay-per-view, then it doesn't really matter who's the A side because none of those fights will be pay-per-view worthy. And DAZN is saying you're the A side, we'll pay you like it. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the point of looking up numbers and all that.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah. The A side and negotiation between Tevin Farmer and Tank is one part of the conversation that your point was speaking to. But what we're talking about is whether or not Tevin Farmer was a bigger draw than Abner Mares once that $5 million offer was made, right? So we're doing a comparison between the relative shine of Tevin Farmer and Abner Mares.
All right, best of the best in the building. What's good, best of the best?
D, what's goody with you, man? I tell you,
same old dog. You know,
it's great. What's up with everybody on the panel first and foremost? But I'm just sitting here listening. It's like I don't understand the excuses that they just keep. Why is it always a money talk thing about like with Tank? Like why everybody who like with Tank, it seems like who they support him. Why they don't never want to admit where he didn't do at 130 pounds? Like it's so sad to know like. We sat here and watched Tank for 4 or 5 years at 130 pounds. People practically beg Floyd. I'm right here in Baltimore. I'm trying to tell y'all, everybody been asking for like why Floyd won't get Tank in the fights that we wanted to see him in. I, from the beginning, never wanted Tank to sign with Floyd. From the beginning, when the news was going around in Baltimore that Tank signed with Floyd, I was one that didn't want Tank to sign with Floyd. I was hoping that Tank coming from Baltimore, I wanted Tank to go with Bob Arum, go be with Top Rank, or I hope Eddie Hearn get him. I was hoping that, but it didn't turn out like that. But Floyd hasn't done shit right for Tank since he had him, and Tank supporters just won't realize that. Everybody keep talking about Tank having all this money, Tank being a guy, this, that, the other, but Tank didn't do shit for 4 fucking years. No Miguel Burchout, no Tevin Farmer. We begged for. Do you know how much Baltimore and Philly wanted to see fucking Tevin Farmer and Tank fight and unify for a fucking unification fight? We was begging for that shit. No Miguel Burchout, no nobody. just like nobody. Now he go to 135 and he just automatically get a pass. And we say, okay, to fight Leo Santa Cruz. Who gives a fuck about a Leo Santa Cruz fight? Real. I'm just being 100% real for real shit. Like, who gives a fuck about keep seeing you fight somebody 2 divisions or division under you? What is the fuck is that proving? How do his supporters who y'all arguing for him or speaking for him? I mean, what you arguing about? What he do? Pedraza? Okay, Pedraza for the belt. What else did we get? You talking to somebody right here? He right here in my home. Al Ravens. We love Al Ravens. Al boxes, everything. But what did he do for what y'all see? I didn't see it.
Thank you. Listen, best of the motherfucking best, bro. This man is right there in BMO. This man is right there around all of the foolery firsthand. And he's telling y'all people, calm the fuck down. You know, Floyd and old wide nose, waterfall nose Ellaby done led this boy astray. They have not done him well. You know what I mean? The foolishness must stop, bro. This is a supporter. This is a guy who's right there in the midst of this shit, bro. He's right there around Tank. These are the Baltimore, the people in Baltimore asking, yo, do something with this kid. He got all this talent, all this potential. And I have said this shit so many times on this channel. Tank has all the talent and potential in the world. But if you do not fight the fights you need to, you cannot hone those skills. You cannot improve on them. You cannot play video games on easy and think you're going to get good. You got to put it on the hard level. Because until you put it on the hard level, you're not going to get good. It's just that simple. Hey, I appreciate you. Best of the best. Y'all go check this man out. Y'all already got a taste of what he's talking about. Y'all know he got good content. Trust me, he got good content. You know, I'm over there a lot commenting on his videos, checking out his content, and shout out to Best of the Best. Y'all go subscribe to this man. You know what he's talking about. He's not on that bias bullshit. He call it down the line. My type of guy. Battle Rifle stepped in the building. What's good with you, fam?
Not much, just chilling, listening to you guys.
Yeah. All right, Smoke, thanks for coming on. But Battle Rifle, you came in at the ass end of it. You and Best of the Best, really. I'm getting ready to shut it down. I'm over 2 hours right now. But I'm getting ready to shut it down. So I'll let you start off with some closing thoughts, Battle Rifle.
Oh, man.
Hi, bye.
Hi, bye. I'll take that. Give me some closing thoughts, man.
Me or Smoke?
Oh, either one of y'all.
Yeah. I just wanted to just point out the whole, like, you know, who wants to see Leo Santa Cruz? Leo Santa Cruz also has a belt at 130, and that's where that fight is supposed to take place. You know, just point that out. But as far as closing arguments, I think we got bogged down in the conversation. I thought we were going to have multiple topics.
No arguments, motherfucker. Just start.
Okay, yeah. No. I just thought, you know, I was prepared for a lot of jaw jacking, but you know, Leo said, fucking Tank Davis, dude. The guy definitely needs to do something. He needs to. I'm seeing a lot of stunted growth. But yeah, this whole the controversy, I think, is tip to the teapot. I think it's just him being promoted, getting some promotion. And D, I can't wait to see what your topics are for tomorrow. I don't know if you have in the community tab yet.
No, I haven't posted yet, but I'm glad you said something about that, Smoke. Thanks, bro. I am getting ready to post in the community tab in a little bit. A quick vote. Y'all just give me a quick vote. I don't really care how many votes I get. I'm gonna post 4 topics on tomorrow. I got the 4 topics, Smoke, but I'm gonna let you guys choose out of the 4 which ones we're going to talk about tomorrow. So I'll post those in a little bit. But thanks for coming on, Smoke. You know, you're always welcome, bro. Black and Brown.
Yeah. Let's flip around.
This isn't
Black and Brown, give me some closing thoughts, fam.
Oh man, just great conversation, great boxing conversation. Get the Smoke. He always brings it. You know what I mean? I respect it. Hey, it gets heated. I love it. I got nothing but respect for Get the Smoke. We do it every time, man. And shout out to you, DJ. Great show. Hey, and Best of the Best. Hey, that was a great little comment. Great you know, when best of the best started going in, that he said a lot of good things, man. So I'm gonna go sub to that.
Yeah, go check him out. Yeah, best of the best, good money, bro. I like to do.
All right, guys, I'm out. Battle Rifle. Talk to you later.
All right.
Peace.
Battle, you ready? You ready to give me some closing thoughts? A little more than high and by.
It was a good talk. I mean, I got in at the last like 30 to 40 minutes. I heard you guys debating, and I think it was a good talk. You know, next time I'll see what's wrong with YouTube. We'll see what's wrong with these notifications. They're not popping up. But
yeah, you could try unsubscribing and subscribing again. I did that on a couple of channels and it worked. They start coming through. So just like unsubscribe and then subscribe back if you're having that problem. That kind of works sometimes. But hey, guys.
Definitely.
All right. And you always welcome Battle Rifle. You just came in at the end, but you always can get on, fam. But hey, guys, I'm getting ready to go over to Punch Drunk Boxing. I put the link in the chat a couple of times. Y'all come check him out if y'all want. I don't know if he wants me to come on the live or not, but I might be over there kicking it with him. But I'm getting ready to shut this down. Thank all of you guys for coming over. There's the link one more time for Punch Drunk Boxing. I'm getting ready to go over there and chop it up with him. Y'all know how I always end this thing. For the love of sports, let's talk about it. Peace.